Hello, Battle Fanatics. This is Paul Ash. You are watching BattleCOM. All right, so we definitely have to do a little bit of editing for that little intro video just to clear it up slightly and maybe make the music a little bit less annoying. How is everybody today? Please, if you're watching, I can see that some people have already tuned in. Check us out. Oh, yeah, Sean Griffin was expecting the elevator music. But if you are checking in or signing in right now, please just type your name, say where you're not, you don't need to type your name because your name will automatically show up. Tell us where you're watching from, what platform you're watching on, because this is BattleCOM. It's the Geek War of comedy game shows. It is a comedy battle debate show where it doesn't matter what the answers are as long as they're entertaining. It's not about being right. We've learned from Fox News, right doesn't matter. And I maybe we could make that the new alt-right. Being right doesn't. No. All right, that was awkward. There. Let's get to know.
Good start.
Yeah, let's start at this point in time. We have. Oh, whoa! I somehow advanced on there. There we are. That's our battlers for tonight. We have S. Andrew Carter, who's probably going to be known as Slaw by the end of the show. We have the fantastic Erica Taddeo, who's pinch hitting for somebody whose internet has just gone down. And Scotty Mars is back already. And he's in Seattle. So he's broadcasting from Seattle for the show. And of course, the fantastic Monica Hamburg is here. This is a week that doesn't have her confined. And this is BattleCOM. I am Paul Ash. Erica Taddeo is going to be helping out with the basics. And let's find out what our battlefields are. So our battlefields, these are the debate topics that we're going to be running on. Our battlefields are, where are they? There they are. There they are. It's what's the worst movie to go see at a drive-in theater? What's classic video game would make the coolest TV show? And who has the coolest helmet in sci-fi? That one's in yellow. Erica, do you know why that one's in yellow?
That one's in yellow because, I mean, of course I know why it's in yellow. That one's in yellow because it was suggested by a viewer. I was going to say a reader, but we're not a book. We're a show.
People could be reading us.
They could have subtitles on.
Yeah. We're adapted from a book. This is the dramatization of a book.
Yes.
The book is better.
Yeah, this is one of the times that the book isn't better. So if you want to ever send us your battle suggestions, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/BattleCOM.TV, and you can send us a message to send a suggestion, or you can just write it in the comments here, and we will be able to find out. Hey, viewers, I see that the viewers are there. So the structure of the show is basically we get two battlers going head-to-head, and the winner from each of those two head-to-heads are going to be going against. Now, the person actually has to win two battles. So there's a positive round and a negative round. If it's tied at the end of that, we have a free-for-all round. So let's...
Bye, Paul.
Well, that was
I think we
interesting.
lost Paul. So while we are waiting for Paul, do you guys want to go over the rules again? Basically, things go bracket style. Two comedians will be facing off against each other. You, the audience, get to vote. There are many ways that you could vote. If you are watching on Facebook, we will post up some hashtags, and you'll just have to click like on those hashtags. If you are watching on any other platform, we'll tell you what hashtags to spam us with in the comments, and you'll just post those in the comments. Again, it's not about being right. It's about being entertaining. So what's going to happen is that we will have first the positive round, then the negative round. You will vote after both those rounds. If we are tied, or if there is no clear winner after those two rounds, we'll move on to a free-for-all round. Hopefully only one free-for-all round. If you watched last week's show, you may have seen that we went to, I don't know, like 19 free-for-all rounds? A lot.
It was
hopefully that won't happen. In the meantime, I think that our valiant host, oh, he's back. It's Paul.
Hey! Oh, I've got the center square. That was really sort of weird. Did anyone else drop out, or was that just all
Just
me?
you.
It was just
You got teleported.
And it's weird. My sound has not been bad this week. I do not know what it is with my neighborhood's internet.
oh, wait, there goes your sound a little bit.
Yep, there it goes.
By the way, for our viewers at home or on their phones, Paul occasionally has audio issues. Sometimes we hear them, sometimes we don't. So if he starts to sound a little bit too auto-tuned or a little bit too robotic, feel free to let us know, and I don't know, we'll make fun of him for it.
Okay, and Erica has already got a vote because she's saying, we're not a book. Dene Leger is here saying, hi, everyone. So hi, Dene, welcome for viewing. Leslie is also a big Erica fan. Is somebody else trying to click that, or am I about to drop out again?
Oh, I hope not.
I
don't know. I don't want to go over the rules again. They've already heard them twice.
How do I play?
Who am I?
What am I doing here? This isn't my normal Friday night meeting.
So this one, you can drink more than just coffee.
I was supposed to get a chip this week.
I got a whole bag of them in the pantry. Let me just go get them.
Wait, you guys aren't in a church basement right now?
Surprisingly not.
I'm sort of something below
but
a church. It's pretty hot here. So the first battlefield is what's the worst movie to see at a drive-in theater? I hope we get people watching because this is an amazing show straight off. So what's the worst movie to see in the drive-in theater? Our first two battlers, well, we got Scott Andrew Carter with his choice of An Inconvenient Truth, and he's going to be facing off against Monica Hamburg with her choice of Crash. Monica, you are first to now that's Cronenberg's Crash, just not to be mistaken for the other movie Crash. Here we go. Monica, positive round.
So the premise of this completely unwatchable film is people who are turned on by vehicle tragedies. So it's bad enough finding out that your date is horny for your car. It's way worse to find out your date is hotter for a car accident than you.
So that strangely sounded like a real life experience. We're going to go to Scott. Scott, you're positive, but your choice as why An Inconvenient Truth is the worst movie to see I can't even speak. I don't even need audio problems. The worst movie to see in a drive-in theater.
Well, first of all, aside from the irony of just watching Al Gore chastise you while you sit in your cars with the air conditioning on, you just can't show such a gory movie in a setting where everyone is in their own little private vestibules. I mean, with a modern day Adonis like Al Gore himself on the big screen, staring into your soul, awakening a part of you that you thought was dead. My God, everyone would be masturbating. And I really think that would just undercut the importance of that film.
All right, vote. We're going to make sure that people are able to vote. So if you're voting for Monica, the hashtag is going up right now. So it's hashtag Monica P for positive, and it's going to be hashtag Slaw P for positive for Scott Andrew Carter. So the hashtags are up, and I'm not calling. I had to correct something because I almost called Andrew slow, and he was far from slow.
You don't know that.
I really got to watch those typos. So if you're voting on Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube, you just start hashtag spam in the name of the person that you're voting for, such as Sam the Suited Monkey says. And it sounds like Monica's had a few bad drive-in dates. That's very judgmental, Sam.
But true.
I just want to point out that Andrew's thing is his hashtag is sloppy, and I just think there's no need to insult him like that, Paul. Just
and I felt
he looked like he put effort in his outfit. Come on.
Yeah.
He
Usually I'm known as Sloppy C.
Now, if you're voting on Facebook, the way to vote on Facebook, though, is the hashtags are there. You can just like the hashtags. Erica, can you still take care of that for me? Because I'm watching that because
Yes, I
got
can.
too many screens going as is.
Already on it.
Thank you. You are fantastic. What does the votes look like on Facebook at this point in time?
So on Facebook right now, Mr. Carter is leading by 2 votes.
All right, and that means we're probably going to be calling it for Mr. Carter at this point.
All right.
So the first point goes to Andrew Carter or Slaw P. And then it's going to now be Monica is going first on the negative round, so she has to be negative about Scott's choice, Slaw's choice that she just heard.
Well, I think I can also roast Slaw. I think that's an option too. So I think I'm going to go with that. So the film that I chose is a great choice because it's a film about self-destructive bad decisions. But I think that Slaw relates to it too much, having chosen a career in comedy.
Point taken. Slaw, this is the Slaw City. Your chance to be negative about Monica's choice, David Cronenberg's Crash.
Well, I mean, aside from the fact that she just denigrated me for my life choice of doing comedy while simultaneously on the same comedy show as me, that's got to count for something. But also, she didn't even pick the right worst Crash movie. The other Crash is so much more garbage, written by Canadian sex offender Paul Haggis himself. And that's about all I got in that one.
All right, vote. The hashtags are up. Just a quick reminder about the rules. The roast portion of the rules is for the free-for-all round. The negative is to be negative about the other person's choice. Just to get the judge in my ear to tell me that I did it wrong. But the votes are there. It's basically I just told everybody I'm hearing voices because
we know.
I wrote the rules.
I knew we should have went over the rules before we started this.
Didn't we do that like 3 times? So we're waiting for the votes to come in. So if you want to hashtag the name of the performer you choose, be it Slaw or Monica, in the chat comments or on Facebook, you can just like the hashtag comment that exists there. So we can get your votes in. Remember what happened in the United States when not everyone voted. It's very important that everybody votes.
Don't worry,
right.
We'll get there with my choice.
And Sean Griffin is voting for the Slawn.
Slawn.
Isn't that the lizard people from the Warhammer 40K universe?
Post in the comments if it is.
All right.
I already know the answer.
So, yeah. Correct me, because I'm pretty sure I am wrong. I was just trying to make some people's heads explode.
I'm not sure. I was busy talking to girls.
Oh, this is the wrong show for that type of talk.
I don't know. Paul's hearing voices and Scotty's talking to people who aren't there. It's an interesting night tonight on BattleCOM. Please tune in.
BattleCOM, where we want to promote your mental health. Emily Slater is saying I was going to vote for Monica, but I'm too much of a rule follower. It's okay. I'm going to actually take that as a vote for Monica at this point in time because you didn't vote for Slaw at the same time, Emily.
Oh, I think she did.
So
I think Slaw's got enough votes.
I'll give her a chance to change her vote. And Suited Monkey, are there lizards in 40K? There's the lizard folks or the cold ones. Oh, it's normal Warhammer. That's right. But are they called the Slawn? That is the trivia question to answer now. And Sam, you didn't vote yet, so I do hope you do vote. So we have how's Facebook looking?
It looks like we did get a vote right here. Not to be a know-it-all or anything, but
where did that go? I don't see it on mine.
Here it is.
Oh, that's weird. Let's see. He even said, "I voted," like those little stickers that they get in America. I don't know why we don't have those in Canada. If someone here works for Elections Canada, I want stickers.
It's
anyway.
The only thing I'll say is I've been in the States though after an election and they're just littered everywhere.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Everywhere.
That's another inconvenient truth.
Okay, so just one sticker for me. That's it.
I mean, it is a public works project. I mean, it's a job opportunity for somebody to sweep them up. So,
sure.
It's going to be my platform.
To answer your original question, Paul, votes on Facebook are tied.
They are tied. Okay, I'm seeing 2 Slawns and a maybe Monica over here. That would
it looks like so we have Emily's maybe Monica, but we also have a definite Slawn.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a lot
Do
of
those
slop.
cancel each
Alright.
other out?
all right. I'm still having technical difficulties because I am not seeing all the messages coming in.
Oh no.
So I'll need you guys to keep me honest on the chat. There we go. On the chat votes, but until then, I guess that is definitely putting it on the onus of Slaw. Slaw has won the round.
Slop.
Big applause for Monica for competing. That means Scott Andrew Carter has won that round, and he gets to face off against the. Oh, I did the wrong thing.
The winner
Of the next round, which is going to be Erica Taddeo with her choice of Rogue One, and Scotty Myers with his choice of The Fast and the Furious. Scotty, you were second to the screen. That means you are first to go. Positive round.
Alrighty. Well, and to be clear about this with The Fast and the Furious, I'm talking about the early ones. Somehow before street racers with a GED at best became international super spies. I don't know how that happened with the franchise, but those early ones especially, because you're going to watch that in your car and you're going to all revved up, intentional, and you're going to peel out of there and drive home like you're trying to catch Vin Diesel. But the only thing you're going to catch is a reckless driving charge and about 30 days in jail. And I will tell you that time does not go by fast. It is furious, though, especially on certain parts of your anatomy, but not something you want to be caught up in.
All right. Again, this sounds like a lot of experience that all of you had experience with drive-in theaters. Erica, now it is your turn to tell us why Rogue One is the worst movie to see in a drive-in theater.
It's very simple. Rogue One, by the way, mute me. Still vote for me, but mute me if you haven't seen the movie because major spoilers. So as you may remember, between the beginning and the end of Rogue One, everybody dies. Everybody. They all die. And it's really sad. And like, you know that something bad's going to happen. And yes, I know, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, the plans for the Death Star, everybody dies. And it's sad. I have only seen Rogue One once in the theater because I have refused to see it ever since because I cried multiple times. I cried at the theater. I cried during the credits. So that's twice in the theater. I cried in the lobby of the movie theater. And then I cried the entire way home. It's a good thing that I wasn't driving because like there would have been no visibility. I would have crashed the car if I was the one driving home from the theater. I cried a lot. It's a sad movie. Don't make me watch it again. Vote.
Right. So the hashtags are up to allow you to vote. So it's hashtag Scotty P for positive or hashtag Erica P for positive. And if you can find a way to get Kleenexes to Erica, let her, please make sure that she gets them. Good movies are the type of movies that allow you to experience emotion, Erica. Otherwise, they're just bubble gum for your brain.
But I already have so many emotions. I keep them all right there.
Sam is voting for Erica. The dates that end in tears are never good ones. And so
what are dates? I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that term.
She was alone in the theater. Were you alone in the theater? Did you not have friends?
I mean, no, I don't have friends. I saw it with two friends who did not drive home with me and my sister who did. Shout out to my sister who puts up with me. And yeah. Oh, okay. Read this comment from Sean. It's way more interesting than anything I'll have to say about crying.
The first time Sean Griffin had seen the Fast and the Furious was in a drive-in in PEI, and he agrees with Scotty Myers that it is the worst movie to see in a drive-in. So Scotty P got the vote.
They're particularly furious on part of the body in PEI. Those potato guns. They leave a mark.
It's also in PEI, you can't get up to a high speed because the province ends in water very quickly. So it's looking tied in the chat comments, but I may not be seeing everyone. Hey, that was Rodney Wah. Welcome, Rodney. Rodney is another Maritimer who's in. So this is quite the connection that we're having here. Happening. I'm even making up new words. Yeah. So the votes are. I noticed he didn't vote for the other Maritimer on the show. So that is it's tie here. How's it looking on Facebook, Erica?
On Facebook right now, there are 2 votes for Erica.
For Eric.
Erica, me.
Oh,
Me.
What,
of my name.
competing with the Tim and Eric show? I don't think we have the budget.
Counting the votes is the person being voted on. I'm not sure about this. Is this a
I-
mail-in
That's why I
vote?
refer to myself in the third person so that it sounds like someone else. But now that you brought, I feel like now I should just say me because I'm not sure which one's weirder.
I think he was distrusting your honesty is all. But
That's it. Just that.
Oh no, I can't lie.
that-
I have too many tells.
yeah, she seriously is one of the most honest people I've met. And in comedy, not just in comedy, because let's face it, people in comedy exaggerate continually. That is actually going to Erica then, unless I'm not seeing all the votes that are in the chat. Does anyone want to confirm? Erica looks frozen.
You can please let us know.
We may have. Okay, I thought we lost Erica.
Okay, sorry, I lost everyone for a few seconds.
All right, it's,
It was like
this
Rogue One all over again.
Yeah, that's far better than the comment I was about to say. So we are going on to the negative round. Negative. That would be Scott. You get to go first on the negative round. How do I make Scott big? That's it. Technical.
There's a website that helps with that. There's actually many. Okay. First off, Erica, not to sound like Tom Hanks, but there's no crying in Star Wars. And you knew this going into Rogue One that, again, spoilers, everybody dies. We don't see them in A New Hope or anything like that. We know they all die. Rogue One is hands down one of the best Star Wars movies ever. It is fantastic from beginning to end. And quite frankly, I was having so many nerdgasms through that movie. I would have preferred to have been the privacy of my own car, especially when Vader. Yes, in a car would have been much, much better and safer for those sitting around me.
There we go. Scotty Mars giving the reason why Erica is wrong. Erica, it's now your choice to argue against The Fast and the Furious as the worst movie to see in a what is it called? In a drive-in. I know what these questions are. I get worried about my mental health.
Oh no.
We all do.
All right, this is embarrassing, but I actually have not watched any Fast and the Furious movies all the way through. It was going to be one of my isolation projects, so like I'm pretty sure they're on some streaming service. I'll watch them eventually. Like I feel like if you're paying to go see The Fast and the Furious, a movie from 2003 that wasn't that good to begin with, that we really only watched in 2003 because everyone had a crush on Vin Diesel and didn't realize that it's weird that he drives really fast but talks way too slow, then please just take that money that you were going to spend and send it to me instead. It's a much better idea. Send me your money. Thank you.
All right, Erica Taddeo, that is her being negative about Scotty Mars' choice. The hashtags are up. You can start voting. Vote right away. Make sure you get your votes in. Make sure your votes count. So, wow, that was all right. This is a battle. I don't want to step on anyone's jokes, so I'm going to just shut up. Student Monkey is saying, Erica, that is the best description of Vin Diesel ever. So Erica got one vote in there. We got to give Scotty some love because he is actually broadcasting from Seattle, from a hotel. Can you say which hotel? Because it's a hotel that has an accent wall, so it seems pretty fancy.
It's not that fancy, but I don't want to say just I got to keep the people at bay. Security reasons. Right?
Question for you, Scotty, about the hotel you're staying at. Since you're broadcasting from Seattle, what are your thoughts on tossed salads and scrambled eggs?
I love Frasier. Good question. I love Frasier. That show is one of the most underrated shows in the history of television. People do not give it credit.
I mean, it won around 150 Emmys. So
It did.
Yeah, but critical acclaim is not the same as public acclaim, right? Like
it was
critical
on for
acclaim-
12 years.
Yeah, but it was NBC. You could put a monkey pooping on NBC and it would get a 6-season run. So
Don't get me wrong, I'm a Frasier man, but like,
I'm a fan of
like
monkeys.
to say it's
too.
underrated.
well, I'm gonna say it's because who talks about Frasier now in the lineage of great sitcoms? Nobody.
Rich people? I don't
Nobody.
know.
Everyone. Where are you hanging out?
Frasier bars, Cheers in Boston.
Like nobody mentions Frasier. The only time anybody brings up
Didn't they
Kelsey
do a-
Grammer is either his forehead or that his wife had irritable bowel syndrome, which is hilarious. But other than that, everybody forgets about him.
He fell off that stage once. That was pretty funny.
That was great.
And he is one of the richest celebrities out there. He gets under the radar for that one. So the votes should be in. How do the votes look on Facebook, Erica?
So Facebook right now, we have one like comment for this person and one comment vote for this person. I don't know how to refer to myself anymore, you guys.
So the word you're searching for is me. It's
Me?
Me.
You should try Eric.
No. I met an Eric once and I didn't like him.
There we go.
Not all Erics.
I briefly dated a Paula and it was just confusing. So we are going to say that is that is going to go to Erica. Unless in the chat, is there any more votes that I may be missing?
None that I see. No, I think you got them all.
All right, then that is gone to Erica. That has been a very quick first round. We are now down to the final of the round to find out who is going to be the winner of the round. So that was Erica is the champion with her choice of Rogue One, and she's going to be facing off now against Scott Andrew Carter, aka the Slaw, with his choice of An Inconvenient Truth. And Slaw, you get to go first. I'm having a hard time with the names.
Well, it's probably because my name's really Scott, and I am completely angry at Scotty over there for stealing my name for the night. Anyways, back to Al Gore. I know that they blamed his election loss on all those hanging Chads, but I'm fairly certain the real reason he lost was all the erect Chads who just thought that the thought of penetrating that ballot next to Al Gore's name just sent them into such an aroused frenzy that they blacked out for 3 to 4 days, and then the recount was done and he was not elected president.
That's a visual. That is a visual. Erica, you're positive about your choice as the worst movie to see in a drive-in, Rogue One.
Again, Rogue One. Need I remind you, it is way too sad to ever watch. Everyone dies. Everyone dies. Main character girl who's like, super badass. She dies. Her dad dies earlier in the movie. Sexy Diego Luna dies. Multi-hyphenate actor and musician Riz Ahmed, fantastic guy, dies. Sexy Diego Luna dies. Baze and Sharut, the warrior monks, who we totally love. They can levitate and stuff. I don't remember. I only saw the movie once. I cried too hard. They die. Did I mention Sexy Diego Luna? Because he dies too.
Vote. Let's see your votes. That is wow. Diego Luna gets three different. He died for each time you cried. Because you mentioned the 3 times you cried, and you mentioned him 3 times. So let's see your vote.
He's nowhere near as sexy as Al Gore.
Oh, we are getting a call of facts aren't jokes on that. Facts aren't jokes. People in the comments are one person is saying the facts aren't jokes about how sad Rogue One is. So let's see your votes. Get your votes in. Get your votes in quickly. And make sure that everyone is voting.
Yes, get your votes in. Spam us in the comments and like the comments on Facebook. Just smash that like button for me or for Scott. You can vote for either one.
I do have
Ideally
to say,
me, but also vote for Scott. But
she only will count her votes, though.
Or you can vote for both of us, but then that cancels it out. I think.
I asked Slaw P if he was okay, or Slaw if he was okay with relinquishing the Scott, and he said he was okay, and then he just gave me a bunch of grief. There's a vote for Erica P, sexy Diego Luna, and for a second there, because it was all together, I read sexy die go Luna. So it's gonna be
I
careful
feel like
hashtags.
that's probably like, an animated series somewhere on the internet. I'm not going to look it up. Though.
Go Luna! I don't know why
Sexy
I did the
die, go Luna. Like that sounds like it sounds like a song by CSS or someone.
That was actually my chant when I used to cheer on famed wrestler Luna Vachon.
Love it.
Sean Luna? Sean, which?
Luna Vachon?
Oh, Luna Vachon. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
All I heard was that was the one I did for the wrestler Sean. So there was a mic drop, or I'm having bad connection issues, I'm pretty sure. How are the votes showing up on Facebook at this point in time? I noticed that we have less viewers, a noticeable drop in viewers, so we were probably getting less votes than normal because of that. I'm not sure if there's internet problems. I know that Dylan was not able to connect because of an internet problem. Erica, what's the votes look like?
So right now there are actually no votes yet on Facebook. So friends, get your votes in. Smash that like button. Just do the thing. In the meantime, going back to the previous round, hey, Scotty Mars, what is your favorite Fast and the Furious movie? And is it the one that has Lil Bow Wow in it? That's pretty much all I know about these movies.
Here's the thing. The plot of each and every one of them can be written on a napkin. They're not deep. So to have a favorite would be like having a favorite booger. They're all similar. Some of them are a little bit more intriguing than others, but for the most part, you sneeze, you blow your nose, and you throw it away, and that's the Fast and the Furious. But throw me in any of the ones with The Rock. The guy's just so charismatic.
One of the only scenes that I have seen from this franchise is one where The Rock is like in the hospital and they tell him like, you have to stay. You can't come save the world or whatever it is they're doing in the movie with us. And he's like, oh yeah. And he just like flexes his arm so hard that the cast pops off of his arm and he just leaves the hospital because he feels like
I've done that.
Oh,
I mean,
so have I.
I mean, I can do what The Rock can do. I mean,
look at these guns. Like, yeah.
And the window just cracked when I have to be careful.
All right. There is a lot of hyperbole. Let's see. How are the votes on Facebook right now, Erica?
So Facebook right now, we've got 1 vote for Erica, aka me. No votes for Slaw yet. Yeah.
I believe that we're going to have to call that one for Erica because Erica has the only vote that I'm seeing in the chat right now. And though she did get a facts aren't jokes called against her as well. So
facts can be entertaining.
Facts can be entertaining, but they are not jokes. Or, well, unless they're jokes, unless they're funny. So we are now going to be moving on to the negative round. Scott, you get to go first. Slaw, you get to go first on the negative
excited
round.
when you say that.
First of all, Diego Luna isn't even the sexiest man in Rogue One. I believe Max von Sydow's in that movie, and oh man, he is a good daddy, isn't he? Another thing, I can't believe that you would cheer for the rebels in a movie against the government, the good government. You know who else was a rebel army? The Confederates, and you're just voting for a Confederate army right now, and I can't have that in this world.
Scott Andrew Carter, bringing it down to modern politics. So let's hear it from the Confederate-loving Erica Taddeo.
Hey, Scott, if you don't like political rebels, then why do you like Al Gore so much?
He was a political insider.
Vote. Let's see the votes. It's a mic drop moment. We're almost going to call a foul on Scott for going for an extra rebuttal. But I don't think we need to do that.
Don't call a foul. We love him too much.
All right, we're not calling foul. No, we do. The hashtags are up, so you can start liking the hashtags. It is Slaw N or Slon and Eric Can. Eric Can.
Yes, we
Eric
can.
Let's see. We're waiting for the votes to come in. But did anyone check out the Umbrella Academy season 2 at this point that just came out?
I haven't seen
Finally
season
finished
1.
season 1.
You finally Erica's finally caught up on season 1.
Sorry to cut you off. So I started season 2. It's interesting so far. Like the production value is really good. I still have no idea what's going on, but you know.
It's filmed in Hamilton, Ontario, and Sean Griffin is voting for Slaw because the rebels are literal terrorists. But Erica gets a vote from Emily Slater.
A tie.
So it's tied up here in the chat. Let's see it from the face of Facebook. The face of Facebook.
Right now, Facebook's face has 0 votes on it. So get your votes in.
All right, we don't want this to be too close to call. I know that there's more people watching than just the 2 that have voted. You gotta fucking vote.
Do you want us to call you out by name?
I was getting
We will.
No, we don't want to call them out by name.
We won't.
I just found out.
But I
that
have a
can
list of
actually-
names.
I can actually see the stats of where people are watching from. So Sam is the only person currently watching on Tag Amusements. We got 2 people who are watching on YouTube, so that would be probably Sean and Emily. And there are 3 people who are watching on Facebook, and nobody is watching on Periscope.
Don't tell Tim Riel, he's going to rub it in your face.
What is
right.
Periscope?
It's actually Periscope was bought by Twitter, so now Twitter Live. Periscope is Twitter Live. So when you go onto Twitter and you see the live videos at the top, it's actually via the Periscope app, which is sort of folded into Twitter, which is just part of Twitter. I don't know why we call it Periscope anymore, but Leslie is voting for Erica.
She might just be,
Oh,
or she's flagging it to me. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I was able to click like on both those comments. So I don't know. Facebook might just be acting strange as it is.
It's I know that Daniel Leger is in the same neighborhood as me, so it could be a neighborhood problem, the problems that I've been having with the internet. Of course, Erica's just given me the subtle signal that I am.
Oh no, I was shaking my head at the internet in general. You sound fine.
Oh, wow. That's right. I'm doing my radio voice, which Scotty does so much better than I do. Not that he does my radio voice better, but he does radio voice a lot better than I do.
That's just my regular voice.
So, Dene, if you're unable to vote on Facebook, then you can hashtag a comment in here. I know that you've commented, but you haven't given us an idea who you're voting for.
Well, if he couldn't hear us, he doesn't know who to vote for.
Yeah.
No, he could not hear any of the comedians. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm looking at it here. I'm seeing 2 votes for Erica and 1 vote for Scott. Are we calling that at this point? Is there any votes on Facebook, Erica?
Let me go check Facebook again. And
Leslie, were you able to vote?
No votes on Facebook yet. You're welcome, Sean.
Okay. Yes, Sean has all the power. I believe NASA may be interfering to make sure that he gets his fix.
Can I bribe him with a pin from the Space Needle? It's here in Seattle. I can go.
Oh, hold it. We're getting more votes in. So we're not quite calling it yet. Leslie, who are you voting for? Oh, Leslie voted for Erica. So we got 2 for Erica and 2 for Scott. This is going to be too close to call if there's no votes on Facebook.
There are not.
That is too close to call. There are no votes given. That means we are moving on to a free-for-all round. Free-for-all round means that the performers have the chance to be positive about their own choice, negative about the other person's choice, which they only heard during the game today, or a roast attack or some kind of attack, at least non-physical because social distancing upon their opponent, or just as a fourth option, just be entertaining, which all of these people can do very well. Let's go first with Erica. Erica, you're going to go first this round.
All right, I'm going to go first. Can I just remind you that the movie Rogue One came out at the end of 2016? Do you remember 2016? I know that 2020 has been bad, but 2016 was the original crappy year. Prince died, David Bowie died, a bunch of other famous people died, and then right at the end of the year, our space mom, Carrie Fisher, passed away. Right around the same time that Rogue One came out. So if you didn't see it on opening day, you probably saw the end scene with Princess Leia after she died. And guess what? You probably cried.
Okay, that's a way to be entertaining. It's just to remind us all why we cried. There is... she's got her... All right, it's got free-for-all round. Positive, negative, just be entertaining, or roast attack upon your opponent.
Well, first of all, you brought up 2016, which is, has a lot worse that went on that year than just a couple celebrities dying, which leads me to the next political point. It's probably a good thing that Al Gore never won that election, because the resulting baby boom from seeing all those pictures up in like classrooms or on TV of Al Gore would send the world into another weird sexual frenzy. Contraception wouldn't even be thought of, and the world, my God, it wouldn't survive. The resources needed for the amount of babies that would be created would just be unreal. It would send us into a World Gore One, is what we'd call it. World Gore One.
Vote. All right, Slaw is counting upon the sex appeal of Al Gore, while Erica is hoping to guilt us into remembering all these dead celebrities for the sadness. So let's see your votes. Get your votes in. If you can vote on Facebook, how can you vote on Facebook? By liking the hashtag comments that are currently in the comment track on Facebook. I'm having a stroke.
Please
that
don't.
Should be. No, I'm trying
Do you
not
smell
to.
burnt toast? He does.
I can still smell peanut butter, so then I don't have COVID. That's a good thing. We've got a vote in for Erica from Sam. Solved my tech issues just in time to hear about Erica crying again. Well, welcome back, a Suited Monkey. We are glad that you are here. And if you want to check Facebook.
So Facebook right now, we actually got a vote in the comments, which we're going to pull up. Oh, not this one. This one. Hey-o. Paul, would you like to read that one out loud?
Sure. I'm just taking a look. Al Gore can increase my carbon footprint anytime. Natalie Fournier, vote for Slaw. Yeah, another vote for Slaw for sexy Gore. So we've got 2 for Erica, 2 for Slaw. How's it looking on Facebook? We don't want to make another too close to call, because normally Erica would be the person that has to make the choice, and that means it would fall to me.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but other than that one comment from Natalie, we don't have any votes on Facebook yet. So it's tied.
It is tied. That means I'm going to have to call it. I'm just going to take a drink of water to give a chance for one more vote to come in to break it before I have to say who wins.
Suspense.
Oh, yeah. And I'm drinking my water. We got to the first battle, and I've finished my bottle of water already. The winner is... I'm gonna go with Slaw. I think Slaw on that round was he brought the funny, Erica brought the heartstrings, and it's not about being right; it's about being entertaining. So there we go. that vote, that comment just came up and down. Another reason to cry in 2016. Trump was elected. Yeah, that's another thing that Erica, you reminded us of. That's another, I think, nail into the vote for Slaw. So the winner of that round is Scott Andrew Carter, aka the Slaw Man, or the Slawn. So we're going to be moving on to the next round. What is the next round? Let's take a look at the next round is.
I believe there's still one more go here.
Yeah, the negative round was
that
too
means
close
it's
to
a
call.
tie.
So Scott winning the free-for-all round means that we are currently tied. So you know what that means.
Yeah, that I screwed up.
Say that word. That's not
that
what
means
I was implying. But yes,
it's going to be another free-for-all round.
Oh. It's going to be a free-for-all round where both Scott and I have a red ball of awesome.
And Erica, you're going first on this free-for-all round.
I have to go first? All right, well, let me just talk about how An Inconvenient Truth is not a good movie to watch at a drive-in. Because, guys, it's an inconvenient truth. You don't go to a drive-in to watch a documentary. You go to a drive-in to watch, I don't know, some random movie with not a lot of explosions. You go to a drive-in for not an educational experience, because that's what free previews of BBC Earth are for. Anyways, let's talk about the snacks that you can eat at a drive-in movie. Pretty much anything that fits in your car. Hey, do you want to do McDonald's drive-thru before you get to the movie? Sure, have some delicious fries. They sell popcorn, don't they? I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to a drive-thru theater because I am unfortunately was not born in the 1950s. Drive-in movie theaters sound great. So if anyone who does not have COVID wants to take me to one, vote.
All right. That was the random shotgun effect of attempting to be entertaining. I think it was successful. Let's see how Scott does with his free-for-all round.
Well, basically, what you did in that whole talk there, Erica, was you talked about how An Inconvenient Truth was the worst movie you can go see at a drive-in movie theater. Literally, the question asked in this round. As for drive-in movie theaters, they're pretty cool.
I noticed that too. All right, get your votes in. Get your votes in. It's got to be hashtag Erica F4A2 or hashtag Salon F4A2. Oh wow, we've got the chant. The chant is going. We're trying to get the team going. Slaw. Let's see it. I've not seen cabbage be so popular in quite a while. So let's the slaw is coming in. The hashtags are up. How is things appearing on Facebook at this point in time, Erica?
Facebook right now, it looks like, oh wait, we just got one vote in, that vote in the comments.
Just in the comments. So maybe the hashtags are not working, but you can always use the comments. We'll just have to double check for doubling up. So snacks definitely has an advantage, but I don't think it matters which movie you're going to. Again, the battlefield though was what is the worst movie to go see? Erica's slightly embarrassed in that. I'm not sure using that criteria since we don't want to comment on those because they're probably having I hope they don't have another round. But could you imagine loading up on snacks to go see the documentary Super Size Me? Which is
that's just like eating a bunch of food when you're watching My 600-Pound Life. It's you're just like, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, exactly. I suppose. And when you drop a French fry into the seat cushion and then you reach down into the seat cushions and you bring up two, you don't know how old they are. Where'd that second one come from?
Oh man, now I want fries. Fries are delicious. Tell us your favorite fries in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Mine are French fries.
French, yeah.
Ooh.
American fries, freedom fries.
Waffle fries. Waffle fries are the best.
Waffle fries, yes.
They definitely can hold a lot of condiments.
Actually,
that's not a euphemism. Okay.
there isn't really a discussion on this fry thing though, because really, if we go back and figure it out, because I don't even know if they still make them or not, because when was the last time anybody went to an Arby's? But Arby's curly fries,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, so good.
those
Oh,
were
I've never been to an Arby's.
those were
Now I
food
want-
perfection. But you
Yum.
also then had to eat shaved roast beef with it. So yeah.
I believe because they were Susie Q curly fries that they had at Arby's, and you can get those in Montreal at Mr. Steer.
Mm,
Ooh,
Oh,
that's good to know.
Mr. Steele.
Or giving the example of eating a bunch of food while you're watching the Olympics, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, you're watching these people burn off a lot of energy, so
It's a tribute to the athletes. They don't
It's a
get to eat
tribute
that
to them.
stuff.
Yeah,
You
you're
need to eat it for
fueling
them.
Yeah.
you're fueling them up. All right. So how's Facebook votes looking?
So Facebook
Just-
right now, ooh, it looks like that vote from Natalie was the only vote that we got so far. So same as it was before.
Okay, this may mean that I have to choose.
Oh no, wait. Do you need to? Because right now, Scott Carter has a 2 vote lead.
Okay,
on
I
me.
don't. I'm not. I'm only seeing the one in the chat.
Oh, okay. So we've
so-
got this one.
Yeah.
We got this one. We got this
All
one.
right. Okay, there we go. That is that's not showing up for me, so that's why I've been so slow in calling the battle. Scott Andrew Carter has won the first round. Thank you very much for the technical assistance, Erica. Plus, you were awesome. We are now going to go on to the second round. I can't even make that go away because I couldn't see it. Where's the?
Oh, hang on. I got you.
There we
Oh,
are.
okay.
It's the second round. Is what classic video game would make the coolest TV show? So this is where we go. Ooh.
Ooh.
So Scotty Myers, with his choice of Ghost and Goblins, is going to be facing off against Scott Andrew Carter. Did you two face off against each other earlier?
No, they did
you
not.
did not.
No.
So
I don't think
it's Scotty versus Slaw. So it's Ghost and Goblins versus Dr. Mario. Scott Andrew Carter, you get to go first.
Well, I just basically only want Dr. Mario to be a show, just so I could see one of those serious medical procedures and focused on Dr. Mario, and then get to hear him with that super racist Italian accent say things like, "Oh, it's a cancer. I'm so sorry."
See, it would almost make it worthwhile. Scotty, you're positive about Ghosts and Goblins.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it. It's just like Game of Thrones, minus the convoluted plot and incest. It has everything you want in a good series: a handsome hero, a princess, devils, demons, goblins. And I actually don't know anybody that beat this damn game. It was so damn hard. So a TV series is the only way we can figure out how the story will end. And I really want to know.
All right, the hashtags are up, so you can start voting. I just got a notification here that there is a connection problem with Facebook, but the hashtag should be there now. So it's a hashtag SlawP for Scott Andrew Carter, the Slaw Man, or it's going to be hashtag Scotty P for Scotty Mars. So Scotty's choice was Ghost and Goblins. Scott Andrew Carter, aka Slaw, was Dr. Mario. I'm talking a lot nonstop, and I'm hoping that people are paying attention and start voting right away. You can vote right now because voting is important.
Vote. We're going to refer to this round as Scott Carter of Mars. You're welcome, nerds.
I get it.
Yep. Neither
Just so you know, that movie John Carter of Mars also starred a guy from Kelowna, British Columbia, like myself.
Oh, trust me, I know. He was on Friday Night Lights, so I definitely know.
And about
Kitsch.
3 people saw
The
it.
Kitsch. Oh, man.
that's-
I was still
that was
hoping that
another-
movie would be good.
Yeah, that was another movie that was expecting to be a trilogy that never did happen.
If by trilogy they meant like 30 minutes, then yeah.
I think that's part of the problem when they start writing more for the stories to come over, and they don't bother writing the story for that they're making. That is a sure way to kill a potential franchise.
Also, relying on Taylor Kitsch's star power might not be the best thing in the world to do.
I mean,
it got Erica Taddeo in the theater.
It got my attention, but I feel like it was probably somewhat limited. I don't know. I think just no one knew what that movie was. It was a big gamble, I guess. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on how the movie should have been, and I've seen it, but don't ask me to tell you anything about it because I remember almost nothing.
Limited, like his acting range.
He's a former hockey player. Okay, the fact that he can show any emotion is a miracle.
So he probably played Soggy Cookie at one time. So whatever.
He called you Cookie? What?
No, it's a hockey player game. Soggy Cookie. I'll tell you about it later. It's not for young.
No, it's not a good game.
It's not. You don't want to lose that game.
Okay, clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. And I am not seeing any votes come through, but that might be just because of my connection.
Oh, here we
Tim
go.
Rowcliffe is finally joining us. Welcome, Tim. He's able to get internet from the beach tonight. So welcome, Tim. And do you see any votes, Erica, or anyone see any votes in the chat?
I do. I'm going to pull them up right now. So we've got 1 vote for Slaw, 2 votes for Slaw. We've got a vote for Scotty here, and we've got a 2nd vote for Scotty, saying you had to beat the game twice. The first time was an illusion.
Which sets it up for a 2nd season.
True.
Nice.
Anyway, all that to say that it looks like we are tied at 2 votes apiece. Let me check Facebook real quick, and nope, no vote. Oh, wait. No, I already counted that vote on Facebook. Sorry, I swear I know how to count.
Oh, hey, he's Tim Rowcliffe is actually broadcasting out of Barrie tonight, or watching out of Barrie. So he's actually home. But he's developed a social life somehow. Congratulations, but don't let it take you away from us. There's a reason I'm saying that, which we're going to get to a little later in the show. But you've got a social life here with the Student Monkey. We're currently at a tie. So I haven't seen Tim Rowcliffe's vote yet, so he might be able to break it. It's Scotty Mars with his choice of Ghosts and Goblins as the best video game to make a cool TV show out of, versus Scott Andrew Carter, aka the Slaw, with his choice of Dr. Mario. We got a lot of people saying, "Hey Tim," but I think that's because they don't realize that is Tim Rowcliffe, not Tim Riel.
It's okay. We like all Tims.
Actually, no, they might know, because Sean and Tim Rowcliffe have both been fans of the week in the past, and they have a little bit of competition between each other. And Tim Rowcliffe seems to be voting for Dr.
Amario. Oh.
Amrio. So
Dr. Embry, that's a good show.
Dr. Amrio.
That baby can solve cases like nothing.
I believe that puts it in the shape of Slaw. Nothing has changed on Facebook, or there's no votes here that I'm missing. Erica?
There are no votes that you're missing. Let me check. Looks like no other votes have come in on Facebook. So, yeah, it looks like Tim's vote was the tiebreaker.
Did Tim even see the
So,
I mean,
this is where you. Yeah, I know. This is where you get to win him over with your wit, Scotty Myers. You're going first on the negative round.
Well, I mean, here's the thing about Dr. Mario as a TV show. First off, have we not suffered through enough terrible adaptations of anything Mario related? They just can't get this guy right. And putting him in a lab coat is not going to go any better whatsoever. It's actually just going to complicate things. As my worthy opponent pointed out, yes, diagnosis with the horrible Italian accent would be great, but with him just jamming pills in a specific order down somebody's throat until their gag reflex kicks in would not make for entertaining television.
All right. Scott Andrew Carter, it is your turn for the negative round.
So if I'm not mistaken, in Ghosts and Goblins, if you get hit all your clothes just fly off into nowhere, and you're out there in your underwear. To which I say, they've already made Game of Thrones, and that's the exact premise of that show, I think.
All right, vote. Get your votes in. Let's see the negative round. There are their battles. So the vote in is hashtag Scotty negative or hashtag Slaw negative. So is the Scottin or is it for the Slon? I'm really trying to push that letters together thing. It's really, I don't think I'm selling it properly.
I don't know. There are a lot of Scots in this round. It's like Braveheart. It's like the Highland Games. It's like third Scottish thing.
Thistle? Thistle's Scottish.
I'm seeing the votes coming in now. I'm seeing a lot of Scotty. There we go. More underwear on TV. Scotty N. Which I think this is, remember, there's Slaw is Scott and Scotty is Scotty Myers is Scotty.
That's Scott.
Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking that is definitely clearly Scotty Myers. Scotty Myers has won that round. I can see that Denis Roger has moved over to watching us on YouTube. So yeah, there is some definite shenanigans happening with Facebook. And we are moving over into a free-for-all round. So it's a free-for-all round with Scott Andrew Carter, a.k.a. the Slaw Man, going first.
So if you don't like my first idea of Mario delivering cancer diagnoses, just the story of a Mediterranean doctor whose one solution is to just throw pills at the problem is the exact story of how Elvis Presley died. And I think that would make a great TV show. Is just a buddy show between Elvis and Dr. Mario traveling around America, all Fear and Loathing style, just eating fucked up sandwiches. This would be a very sandwich heavy show. It's all about sandwiches. It would be very depressing also.
Depressing, always good for comedy. We are now going to Scotty Mars. Scotty, with your free-for-all, so you can be positive, negative, just be entertaining, or a roast battle attack upon your opponent.
First off, I've never seen such vitriol from an alcoholic librarian. But the thing is first off, with the Ghosts and Ghouls, you pointed out a negative of fighting the undead in your underwear. Is that not a dream of everyone? Is that just me that I want to kill zombies in my underwear? Because if it is, I will talk to my shrink about it next time. But the thing with Mario and Dr. Mario, here's the thing. When did he have time to get a doctorate? The guy's a plumber. He's fighting Bowser. He's learning how to fly in a Tanuki suit. And now he can prescribe medicine? That's just impossible.
Vote. Get your votes in. The hashtags are up in the chat. You can start hashtagging Slaw free F4A. So that'd be Sloth 4A. And which might sound like something Mario would say if I was in a different octave. And then there's Scottiff 4A. Or Scottiff or Scotty F4A. Is the other one. I'm trying to hammer that in, but it's not really working. And
it's not. I think you need a different hammer. I don't know.
Like the one I used to go after a giant gorilla. Scotty F4A, the best defense against zombies is short hair and tight clothes. I guess that makes Teddy Whitey's armor. I want to fight zombies in my underwear too. Hey, you've got not alone, underwear, buddy. We got a slaw for A without comment, another slaw for A without comment, and a Scotty for A. It's looking let's see that 1, 2. We got 3 Scotties, 2 slaws. Is it time to call it? How's it look on Facebook? Is it on Facebook anymore? Are we alive on Facebook anymore?
We are. I'm not sure what the delay looks like. It's yeah, the delay is pretty not great. No votes yet.
Facebook.
I know.
All right, Zuckerberg. I'm going to blame Zuckerberg for the problems with Facebook, because ultimately he is the one responsible, as much as he wants to, push the buck around. So that is going to Scotty Mars. Scotty Mars has won the round. So Scotty, that's the first round you've won playing BattleCOM?
Well, are we counting the live version? Way back in the day?
Counting the live version. I mean, you haven't won the round yet, but you're going to be facing off. You're in the finale. I don't remember the live one. I just remember you were there. So
I won one in the live one, and then I lost the next one because it was like different at the live one because we didn't have this type of format. But
exactly. All right, we are going to be moving on now to the next battlefield. The same battlefield, but the next two battlers. It's going to be Monica Hamburg with her choice of Aztec, the classic Atari game. Was that for the Atari 2400? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Versus Erica Taddeo with Dragon's Lair, which I won't mention that until this round is over. And it's like a 60-second delay on Facebook, which is not the worst delay that we've ever had on Facebook. So we'll see how it works out, and maybe it'll get a little bit better. Erica Taddeo, you were going first on the positive round. Positive about your choice of Dragon's Lair.
All right. So let me just start by saying that one of the comics who unfortunately could not be on tonight's show had originally chosen Dragon's Lair, and I chose to inherit it from him, which means that I Googled what is Dragon's Lair. Dragon's Lair would make an amazing TV show. I know that I've never played it, but sorry, did I say one amazing TV show? It would make so many great TV shows because there have been a lot of games and there are a lot of stories. Let me tell you about it. Again, we can give it the Game of Thrones treatment. Here's why. It's about like a knight. This guy's name is Dirk. I don't know. He fights a dragon in its lair, presumably, to try and save a princess, which sounds kind of stereotypical if you think about it. But first of all, it was from a long time ago. We can, adapt the story, modernize it a little bit. I should also mention that a lot of the art concepts were done by Don Bluth. If that name sounds familiar, it's because he is not Walt Disney. He made all the other animated movies that you loved as a kid, including Land Before Time. So if you liked how everyone died on Game of Thrones, you're going to love this game that was developed by Don Bluth.
All right. We are going now to Monica. Monica, this is your positive round. Positive about your choice, Aztec.
Aztec is the greatest game. The game has a man-eating plant, and that would make any TV show better, especially reality shows. Because imagine the possibility of a man-eating plant eating the people on Love is Blind.
There we are. The arguments are out. The hashtags are up. You can start spamming the names in the comments. That was such a good round. We've actually made slaw disappear. Like it's like a buffet at KFC. Wow. All the slaw is gone. So we have. Oh, he's coming back. All right. Don't tell him I made the KFC joke. I don't know if he'd be fairly comfortable with me doing it.
Are there KFCs that have buffets?
Can't imagine. You could get
the hashtag slaw has never been this popular, and the Dutch who invented coleslaw are going nuts right now.
They're playing in Canada. That's really a bad Dutch accent. But we've got Daniel Leger has voted for Monica. Sean Griffin is going for Monica, but we've got an air cap in there as well.
Air cap.
And Erica, we've tied it up. Such an amazing game with insane difficulty. Basically, I know I can't. I want to talk about Dragon Slayer. I can't.
Monica, Steakhouse. So much.
All right. Wow. There should have been a trigger warning for Natalie, but she still voted for Erica. Does that leave us tied? That leaves us tied. How's it looking on Facebook? If we are on Facebook,
other votes on Facebook. Other than the comment that you posted, that's the only vote so far.
All right. And am I missing any comment votes at this point in time? Because that has happened.
You see, I don't think so. So we've got 1 Monica, 2 Monica, 3 Monicas, and then 1, 2, and 3 votes for me. So no, we are tied.
3 balls for you. Sorry. It's I just had a I think that means we're gonna have to call that one too close to call. No points are awarded. Which means we are going on to the negative round with nobody having a red ball of awesome. The negative round of first going into that one is going to be Monica.
Eric is a very sweet person, and that is the only reason that she thinks a game where there's a character, Dirk, who is trusted to be in a room with a princess is a good idea.
All right. Monica's negative round is out there. That might have needed a trigger warning as well. Erica.
So it's a plant that eats people. I feel like that was already done in Little Shop of Horrors, but the advantage is that Little Shop of Horrors had music. So I don't know why you would want that in not a musical. If you have the musical option, you take it.
All right. The negative is down there talking about the soundtrack, if that's what it's going to come down to win this round. So the hashtags are up, so you can start voting now by either spamming in the comments the name of the person that you're voting for, or you can, hopefully you can like the hashtag on Facebook. So you can get the votes in that way. It seems that the disconnection issue with Facebook is cleared up a little bit, as it shows me here that I still have 3 people viewing on Facebook. We got 2 over on Twitch and 3 people on YouTube. So let's see how the votes are coming in. We're seeing Erica. But if we learned from the positive round, the Monica people are a little slower to vote.
My people are slower, I can understand.
Paul, I wouldn't say that.
Yes, we ended up, we got saying that we had the first positive votes that came in for the positive round were for Erica, and then you caught up. I didn't call your fans slow. I'm not. All right. So yeah, Suited Monkey had performed a Little Shop of Horrors in high school. Erica should sing her next argument, BattleCOM the musical.
I would lose.
And Suited Monkey get to voice Audrey too.
Awesome.
So I'm looking at that. That is a very Erica round. So Erica has the first point here. And that has us going into a free-for-all round. So free-for-all, Monica, you get to go first on the free-for-all round. So it's positive, negative, just be entertaining, or a roast attack upon Erica, you monster.
No, she's too lovely. So the game's title of Aztec, also there's another subtitle, and that has a reference to a precious serpent. And I would just love to see anything involving a precious serpent that's not a video of a Tinder guy's equipment.
Erica, it is now time for your free-for-all round.
Can I just say I feel really weird facing off against Monica just because this feels like the battle of women who have had to suffer for the last 20 years because both of our names are in Mambo number 5.
So true.
All right. And again, it's all about it's positive, negative, roast attack, or just be entertaining. Get your votes in. Get your votes in quickly. The hashtags are up. Hopefully it's working on Facebook. Or you can just do a hashtag the name in the comments. It's hashtag Monica F4A free for all, or hashtag Erica F4A. Let's get those votes in. Vote early, vote often. No, wait, don't vote often. Please don't vote often. And somebody wanted to break the trend and make sure that we got a Monica vote in early. I think I've called the vote.
Fast Monica.
So, yeah, we've got 2 Monicas up right away.
They're not slow.
And now I have Mambo number 5 stuck in my head.
Oh, I know.
I'm sorry.
A little bit of Erica.
Ah!
Sorry.
I remember
And we
growing
also
up,
have
I
to worry
wanted to
about
have my
copyright.
name in a song,
But
and
not
now I
that
know. Be careful what you wish for.
one.
All right, I'm seeing where are we? We've got I see 1, 2 Monikas, 3 Monikas, 2 Ericas. I'm going to be calling that for Monica.
Looks
Am I
like
missing
it.
any
Yep.
votes?
Nope,
I
you
am
got all of
missing-
them.
I got all of them. So that is Monica. We are a tie game, but because we've had skipped one round, this is the second free-for-all round. So I will have to call this one if we are too close to call on this one. But Monica won that round. That means that Erica is going first on the second free-for-all round.
All right, so Dragon's Lair. We've already done the gritty, dramatic Game of Thrones treatment. Let me tell you about how in Dragon's Lair 2, they progress the story. And now that, I don't know, this guy, Dirk the Knight, I forget his last name. It's not Diggler, it's something else. Dirk has rescued the Princess Daphne, and now it's been a few years, and Dirk and Daphne are, guess what? Married with children. You know what that means? It means that Dirk's starting to lose his hair, getting a little pudgy. He owns an armor store, and he makes a lot of faces like this. And I don't know, I guess Princess Daphne uses too much hairspray. It's a really funny show. It's got a laugh track, but don't hold that against it. It'll be a great show.
Monica, your free-for-all round. So it's positive, negative, just be entertaining, or roast attack upon your opponent.
No roast attack. So Aztec is just eminently castable. It has piles of bones, which could all be played by Pete Davidson. And there's also a lot of attacks or a lot of encounters with snakes, which could be played by Louis C.K. or Chris D'Elia. So just it's super easy to cast.
There we go. Dinner Leger is dropping some fact in there, saying it's Dirk the Daring.
Thank you.
And the hashtags are up, so you can start voting. Please start voting right away. You can hashtag the name in the comments, or you can attempt to like the hashtags in the Facebook chat. Just make sure it has happened. You can always back that up by hashtagging the name in the comments. It's really surprising. I'm not seeing all the comments, which is kind of interesting. And I've got some Dragon's Lair. Well, I don't know if it's news or just internet rumor that I will drop once this round is over.
Well, wait until it goes on to the final.
Oh, that's true. I have to wait for after the final. So we've got a vote for Monica, a vote for Erica, another vote for Monica, another vote for Erica. Tying it up. Am I seeing all the votes, Erica?
You are seeing all the votes. Let me just give Facebook a quick check. No, looks like those are all our votes.
Tie.
So we are tied.
You know what? Thanks to COVID, I am not. What's the word for it? I have no change in my pockets because I'm not going out to stores.
Oh,
So
can I make
I
a suggestion?
Yeah.
New game rule. What if you and the Scots vote on it together? You can do a secret vote, or you can just say your votes out loud. Is that a good idea? Sorry to spring it on you, but live TV.
I'm not prepared to vote.
Let's we can do a secret vote. At the count of 3, we could either point up for Erica or point down for Monica.
I would have to point over.
I don't know if we. Yeah,
Oh,
but
there's
point
another
up
vote.
because Erica's.
Oh, yeah, wait, we
okay.
just got one more vote in for Monica. What does that do?
All right, that just saved us
Thank you,
from
Tim.
doing that odd voting. So that means Monica has taken that round. Monica will now be facing off against Scotty, and I can actually talk about Dragon's Lair, which is, let's face it, the Guitar Hero of its time, because it was just basically the screen would light in a certain direction, and that's the direction you moved the joystick. The artwork was amazing, but there has been talk. Oh, Tim Burcliffe has mentioned that his mouse died. I hope you give it a good
R.I.P.
funeral. R.I.P. But there was one, just while I was getting the images for the show, I saw that there was a casting announcement of Ryan Reynolds to play Dirk the Daring. Like he doesn't have enough roles.
It's more than casting. He's producing it. It's for Netflix. It's
happening.
It's a going forward thing. Yeah, we're going to get a Dragon's Lair movie. Now, the princess in that, I mean, if we can time machine it back and grab Pam Anderson, perfect.
What about Ryan Reynolds' current wife, Blake Lively? She also has blonde hair.
I wasn't looking at the hair. We can always dye that, but...
All right, yes. Before we move on.
All right, you know what? Then I will let you make that casting decision.
Scotty, you're actually going first on the positive round to be positive about your choice of Ghost and Goblins.
Well, I mean, you know, I've touched on a few of these points already in that Game of Thrones. We need something to pick up the Game of Thrones mantle, and Ghosts and Goblins would be perfect. And not only is it superior to Game of Thrones because it's a more linear plot, but it has everything all the kids love. Kids love the devil. You know, they're always doing their little seances and rituals and trying to summon them to get a good math test score or whatever they need them for. And it's got zombies, which are super hot. It's basically taking everything in pop culture that's wicked and shoving it into one pot. And the princess was named Prin Prin. Think about all the fanboys oogling over Prin Prin cosplay. Kleenex is going to love that.
And Monica, you get to be positive about your choice.
Well, I mean, a wrong turn in this game leads the player into a pit. And I'm just very used to that because I'm in comedy.
That hurt in my heart. So let's see your votes. Get your votes up and in. Hashtag Scotty P to vote for Scotty. Or hashtag Monica P to vote for Monica. And it's remember again, we're voting for who's most entertaining. That's kind of the purpose of the show.
You said that with such conviction, though.
Yeah.
Such conviction.
It's the opposite of the Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer.
All right. Did Scott just mention being into necrophilia? I don't know. Scott was quiet. Scotty, though. Hashtag Scotty. We get hashtag Monica. Hot zombies in their underwear.
To vote for hot zombies in their underwear.
They are a great punk band.
Scotty P for the Pam Anderson, a little mental throwback. I'm seeing a bit more Scotty than Monica. Are you seeing anything different, Erica?
Right now, there are no votes in yet on. Oh, no, wait. One vote just came in on Facebook for Scotty.
There we go.
All right. I think we're calling that one for Scotty. We're moving on to the negative round. Negative means Monica is going first. She gets to be negative about Ghosts and Goblins.
Well, if there is anything that my failed career in acting has taught me is no one wants to see a ghost on screen. So.
Oh.
That's just
Scotty.
Erica just ghosted us.
And Erica has just ghosted us. Scotty, you get to be negative right now. Negative about Aztec.
Well, I mean, the thing with Aztec is we're going back to the 80s, so video game plots super light. But I will say, when you were in this game, you entered the tomb of Quetzalcoatl. And if you remember all the world is going to end like 2012 stuff, a lot of that was because it was supposed to be the return of Quetzalcoatl. So the last thing we need to do is fuel any of these conspiracy people, the flat earthers, the Pepsi's better than Coke people. Any of these conspiracy people don't need any fuel. So this show should not be made.
Yes, it should definitely be. Not for them to pay off. Let's see. The hashtags are up. Get your votes in. It's hashtag Monacan or hashtag Scottin. See, I'm bringing it back. There is. Let's get your votes in. The hashtags are on Facebook, and you can start spamming the comments in there. And
votes are already starting to come in.
They are coming in. We got Scotty negative. Short and sweet, Monica.
Oh, Monica is short and sweet.
Thank you.
What's really weird, that was a Monica for Free for All 2, which there's definitely a lag if they're just voting on the Free for All round that she had with Erica.
Oh, dude. Okay.
We definitely got a Monica. Scotty.
Oh, Monica.
Nope, that was corrected to a Monica N. I'm not saying Monica because it sounds weird.
Monica.
Are you a Monica or a Monica?
It sounds like I don't know, some King of the Hill character, like some yokel, some like angry husband in the South, like, you know, the wife is asking him to do something, but he's in the bathroom and he just screams like Monica. Like, no, I don't like it.
I think it sounds like a really terrible canned dish, you know, like canned ham, Monica. It's just
Ooh. All right. Natalie is saying that there's no lag, so she whoopsed it. There's at least 2 people out there who are watching and not voting. So we are right now at a tie. The way I'm seeing it, Erica, if you just want to double check.
Are we at a tie? I think Scotty is leading by 1 vote. Just check Facebook. There are no other votes. And we are at
yeah, I think it's Scotty too.
Oh no, I'm counting. I was counting Monica twice, or Natalie twice. So she had the 2 votes for Monica. That is Scott. So Scotty Mars has taken the round. Scotty Mars is our round 2 winner. And there we go. Congratulations to Scotty. Congratulations for Monica for making it so damn difficult. And
that's what I do.
I'm so surprised we actually got through that round without some kind of reference to the fact that we already had the Adventures of Young Indiana Jones as a TV show, because that's basically what Aztec was.
Aztec was, yeah.
Yeah, it's your campaign slogan, Monica can. And we are now moving on to round 3. Round 3. And battle number 3. Oh, hey! For those of you that would like to help support the channel, this is how you do it. You can go to www.linktr.ee/Paul Ash. Any donations that are going to be made in the next 48 hours will be split among all the performers that you see here. And I know there's live comedies coming back in some parts of the world, but it's not for those of us here in Montreal. So please, anything that you can do to help donate and encourage us to keep putting on this online thing. I'm getting messages from Facebook that, maybe that's why Facebook is screwing with us, because they've been wanting me to move to a paid platform. They want me to be charging people to view these videos because they get a lot of replay view, and I don't really want to force people to pay, because I know not everyone is employed at this point in time. And if you're not employed, please don't feel any pressure. But if you go there at the top, it says buy me a drink. You can click that. $5 from everybody watching means that we get at least $5 for every performer. So that is a choice. Hey, this is a yellow. We're on a yellow round. I know everybody was just awkward with me asking for money. That's a yellow round. Does anyone know what yellow means?
Slow down.
If I'm not too robotic. Yellow does mean go slower. But hold on, I think it means prepare to stop. It doesn't mean slow down. In Montreal, a yellow light means go fast.
Yes, it does.
It does.
It actually means proceed with caution.
Oh,
that's why you have moved away from Montreal, Scott. You and your fancy rules are no longer appreciated here. But this is a fan of the week question. So this has been suggested by a viewer of BattleCOM. So if you ever want to send us your suggestions, you can. We will even blur out Scott's nipples to make that happen. So our fan of the week is Tim Rowcliffe. Tim Rowcliffe suggested this Battlefield, which is who has the coolest helmet in sci-fi. So here we are, the coolest helmet in sci-fi. Our first battler is going to be Erica Taddeo with the choice of Boba Fett, and against Scott Andrew Carter. Now there was a couple. Actually, I probably should have cleared which helmet it was you were talking about, Scott. But this is Scott Andrew Carter, aka the Slaw, Rick Moranis' helmet from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So Scott, you get to go first on the positive round.
So he's had so many great helmets in his career. First of all, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted the one that has a magnifying glass and lights on it, because that is by far the coolest helmet you could ever have. I mean, who else has a helmet with a magnifying glass, binoculars, and lights on it? I mean, other than a dentist, but those guys are assholes. I'm going to say it right now. I don't believe in dentists. It's pseudoscience, and my teeth hurt.
All right, Erica, it's now your turn with Boba Fett as the cluest. It is the cluest. How about the coolest helmet in sci-fi?
All right, so Boba Fett, as you may remember, in the original trilogy, doesn't actually have a lot of screen time. But like people love him anyway. Like after those movies came out, he was still super popular. Boba Fett became a thing despite not being on screen for very long. And do you know why that is? Because he's got that cool ass helmet. It is such a cool helmet. Basically, I feel like Boba Fett and his helmet and the fact that it seems like cool and mysterious and like you don't know much about him and like he doesn't talk a lot and like his face is covered, kind of reminds me of, do you remember when you were maybe like in high school or college, there was that guy, every school had like that one guy who seemed like kind of quiet and mysterious and he wore a leather jacket and he seemed like dangerous but in a good way. Every school had that leather jacket guy. You didn't speak to him, like you didn't know the guy, but everyone knew his name. Even if he had like a super regular name, like Chris or something, all the girls would like say his name with music in their voices. They'd be like, you know who I saw leaning against the wall outside? It was Chris. Like there could be 7 Chris's in your class, but you would still know which Chris they were talking about. That's who Boba Fett is. He's that cool leather jacket guy. I know you think it's Han Solo, but it's not. Han Solo talks too much.
Vote. Get your votes in. The hashtags are up. It's hashtag SlawP or hashtag Erica P. So it's either sloppy or slop. No, sloppy. All right. Ericap still works. There is. I know I'm pushing it. The hashtags are up. Start getting the votes in. Tim Rocliffe is a little bit upset with the photo that I used, which happens to be the photo that he's using currently.
How very dare, Paul.
How dare you, Paul? Take a current photo.
Boba Fett is every girl's fantasy guy. You are so right. Another vote from Taddeo J. And Sloppy gets a vote in as well. So are we progressing with votes? Have we managed to get any votes on Facebook at this point in time? I don't know if they're intentionally slowing us down.
No, I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, it looks like there are no likes on our hashtag comments. So if you're watching on Facebook, please give it a try. Let us know if you're still having trouble.
Okay, and looking at this, I'm thinking we are very strongly, Erica, well, not very strongly, it's let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, that is for Erica at this point in time. She has a lead that I'm going to call. No new votes coming in. All right. Oh, that being said, Slaw has a solid choice. It's just science. And this one here, he has shaved off the gray. So it's not exactly the same photo. I have been corrected. We're going to go on to the negative round now. And that means Sean. Who's Sean? Anyone know who Sean is? Slaw.
Sean
Slaw
Carter,
gets
it's
to go
Jay-Z.
first.
Boba Fett's helmet sucks. Like, where's the magnifying glass? Where's the binoculars? Where's the floodlights? Come on.
And Erica, negative.
Scott, this debate was about who has the coolest helmet in sci-fi. Note the word coolest. Rick Moranis and every character he plays is best described as bumbling, bumbling and coolest are not two concepts that go together. They just don't.
Well, I might disagree, but the votes are up. The hashtags are up. Let's get the votes. You know what's a good word? Nebbish.
Neige.
Nebbish.
Perfect
I like
time for
those.
your mic to break up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, Paul, you can't just say, hey, guess what I'm going to say, and then have audio issues.
You guys want to know the caramel secret?
Yeah, that's how they do it. By the way, the caramel secret is they freeze the caramel.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
I thought they injected it like a heroin addict.
I did too, not the
Yeah,
heroin
that
part,
sounds
but the injection part. Or I thought they did like ravioli.
Yeah, made the base and then filled.
Yeah, and then
And
just
then
cover
milk.
it. And it's way easier than ravioli because you don't need to like press everything together with your fingers.
And that's kind of how they do it, but they're doing it with because the chocolate is obviously poured in 2 different layers, but they use the frozen caramel as they drop it in.
So what you're saying, Paul, is you don't want a fresh caramel bar.
What? No. The caramel
He's afraid that you
thaws
break your teeth.
eventually.
By the time you actually
Right.
get it, as fresh as it would be.
That's why it's frozen at the time of production.
Yeah, so don't take one right off the line. Don't, you know.
Okay,
Well,
that would be my
probably.
dream though. Can you imagine going to like an actual facts chocolate factory that's not, that doesn't use the slave labor of Oompa Loompas? It would be my dream.
All right, I'm seeing. All right, let's take a look at the votes. We're getting votes that came in nice and fast there, so our connection seems to be getting better. We got 2 for Erica, 2 for Slaw. What the fuck with the spoilers? The facts aren't jokes. And a mind blown. Is that a mind blown? I'm not wearing my glasses.
It's a something. And
It
you
could
actually
also be
skipped over, there was a third vote for Slaw. So it's 3-2. Let me recheck
3-2
Facebook just in
in
case.
favor.
Confirming that is a blown mind. So thank you for revealing the caramel secret.
Let's hope we don't get sued.
I feel like, Paul, on every battle report, you should, instead of teasing what the battles are going to be for that Friday, you should just tease like what state secrets you're going to reveal during the broadcast.
Well, the best thing you got to remember is
It's true. You need to remember that. That will take you far in life.
all right.
Yes.
We're calling that one for the Slaw then. And just to be clear, you guys heard me when I said nebbish.
Nebbish, yes.
Oh. So we are now on to a free-for-all round. Free-for-all, Erica, you get to go first. Who is the coolest helmet?
I would just like to mention, Scott said that he doesn't trust dentists, and I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld reruns recently. So Scott, I just have to call you an anti-dentite. Dentists are important. Don't be an anti-dentite. That's discrimination. Dentists are important.
All right, dentists are important. That's why they take so much of our money. Scott, free-for-all round.
Well, first of all, what do you call a doctor who failed out of med school? A dentist, obviously, is the joke. But also, remember when you were a kid and you wanted to burn something, so you just used a magnifying glass and the sun? Because I don't, because I grew up in the information age, and my parents were neither Victorian era detectives, stamp collectors, fly fishermen, or really into Warhammer painting. So we just didn't have a magnifying glass just laying around the house. Like if I wanted to burn something around the house, I'd have to get a can of hairspray, a book of matches, and a year of court mandated therapy.
All right, there we go. The hashtags are up. So it's hashtag Erica F4A or hashtag Slaw F4A. So that would be Slaffa. Slaffa, which I think Slaffa, isn't that what those lizard people in classic Warhammer do to their skin once a season? We're seeing a vote for Erica, a vote for Danae.
Is
Right, so go-
Slothfora where cabbages go to buy their makeup? That's a niche pun. Sorry.
No, I was gonna try and figure out something to say about Sephora also, but I really don't actually know what Sephora does.
It takes all the money that doesn't go to the dentist.
Very true.
Is there cover up for teeth?
Can be.
If there isn't
They're
yet, there
called
probably
grills.
will be soon.
Or paper mate, is that what it was called? Liquid
Those
paper.
Yeah,
are
whiteout.
Liquid paper? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think that tastes very good though. I don't know for sure, but I mean facts aren't jokes, but
It's pretty good.
it is.
I'm currently seeing Slaw in the lead on this free-for-all round. Erica, you want to double check with Facebook?
Absolutely. Let's go over to Facebook right now. Looks like we're still having trouble with like buttons. So yeah, that one text vote that you saw is the only vote that's come in so far on Facebook.
Okay.
So yeah, what you're seeing is correct.
That goes to Slaw. Scott Andrew
Ooh.
Carter is taking that battle. And who needs good teeth when you can contour? Am I right?
I don't know how to contour properly, so I guess I got to keep brushing my teeth.
I have to say, as an actor, I had to sign off on a 30-page document to go back to work recently. And they were very, very, how can I say, very diligent about the fact they came around every 4 hours to get us to change our masks and make sure that we couldn't even touch the box that had the mask in unless we did the chemicals on the hands. I don't know. Again, I wrote a 30-page document and signed off that said I knew what I was talking about, which I don't sound like I know what I'm talking about right now. But we did that. But every time that we went to take a shot, I had to take the mask off. And that's when the people with the rubber gloves and the face shield and the mask come in going, "You've ruined your makeup." And I'm saying, I'm going to have to put on a mask. That was, I think that might have just been a weird flex. I don't know. All right, we are on to the next battle. The next battlers are going to be, that name is wrong. It's Scotty Mars with his trusty Rocketeer. Okay, I'm going to say right now, there was a big truck idling outside of my apartment earlier today while I was doing this. And then I realized, that splitting headache is from all the diesel fumes in my room. So it's the Rocketeer helmet. It's Scotty Mars facing off against Monica Hamburg and Doc Brown's helmet from Back to the Future. Monica, you get to go first on the positive round.
Okay, so Doc Brown's helmet is a mind-reading device from the 1950s. And that was a time when they didn't have social media, so there was no other way for someone's thoughts to make you super uncomfortable. You need this device.
And Scotty, your positive round.
Well, look at the Rocketeer's helmet. How cool is that thing? I mean, that's what we're talking about here, right? The coolest helmet in sci-fi. It's got this slick style. It's retro, so it was fashionable. Then it fell out of fashion. Then it came back in fashion, which, like, how many things do that? Not that many. Only the Rocketeer. And the fin on the back is like his rudder. So that's how he controls where he goes. That's amazing. That's incredible. Guy turns his head, boom, banking left. Can't beat that.
All right, there we go. That's vote against peripheral vision. Or is it for peripheral vision? Let's see. The hashtags are up. I really shouldn't be commenting before the battle is done. Hashtags are up. It's hashtag Monica P or hashtag Scotty P. We had a preemptory vote. I don't think it's a vote because it's not hashtag. But Monica, you're Sean's hero.
Thank you, Sean. We both like Back to the Future. It's awesome.
And he is clearing that up. So Denis Leger and Sean Griffin have both voted for Monica. Art Deco mask for the win.
Yes.
It's a helmet, not a mask. Scotty P, yay for Alan Arkin adding the fin. Who actually
Paul,
added
we don't
the
need you
fin?
to mask explain this.
What was that question, Paul?
The original artist from the comic book. So it wasn't Alan Arkin who added the Finn.
No, but he does in the
Oh,
movie.
he does in the movie. That's true. Okay. All right. I should really shut up about the topics that are currently in, because I'll end up sounding pretty stupid. There is we got a facepalm from Natalie. Oh, I'm sorry, Natalie. We got a vote for for Monica, a vote for Scotty. Well, that's a vote we already saw before. So I'm seeing 2 for Scotty, 2 for Monica. I think I'm missing some votes. Erica?
I'm seeing 3 votes for Monica. We've got this one, got this one, and we got this one. And then we have 2 votes for Scotty here.
There we are. That goes to Monica. Monica has won the positive round. We're now on to the negative round. That has Scotty Mars from the Scotty Mars podcast going first.
Well, first off, Monica picking something from Back to the Future makes it very hard to be negative, since it's one of the most universally loved movies of all time. You might as well have me being negative about puppies. But here's the thing about Doc's helmet. Yes, it could read minds, but as you pointed out, it was the 1950s. Do we want to read the thoughts of someone in 1950? Do we remember what the world was like back then? I don't think we want to know the ins and outs of what people were thinking in the 1950s. And let's be totally honest, when we're talking about cool, it's a glorified umbrella. All he's got to do is put some fabric on that, and he's never getting wet. So it's not cool looking in the least bit.
All right, Monica, are you prepared to go negative about the Rocketeer's helmet?
The Rocketeer's... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. The Rocketeer's helmet, I have not seen it, but from the picture there, that looks like it's the mask from Friday the 13th painted gold. And I don't know if that fits into a kink you have, Scotty, but no. That's definitely not cool.
All right, the hashtags are up. You can start voting right away. We have received an update that Facebook has caught up. So if you're watching on Facebook, you can attempt to use the hashtag to vote. Maybe they heard me complaining about their evil twist to try to make this paid show. We're trying to present it to as many people as possible. And hashtags are up. Looking for the votes to start coming in. You can still spam the comments with the hashtag of the name if you're watching on YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Just taking a look. And hey, we have one person watching on Twitter, aka Periscope. They possibly could be very confused because I'm not sure there's a chat function. I'm not sure how to get them to vote. But at least they can watch the show. And now there's no longer anyone watching on Twitch or on Twitter.
Oh, they
were disappointed.
We called them out and they were like, no. It's like
Yeah.
when you see a stray cat and you try and pet it and it runs away. Just me? Okay.
No, that never happens to me. Cats come to me. They flock.
They see you as one of their own.
Exactly.
All right, I'm seeing a lot of Scotty votes and one Monica vote. Erica, am I missing any votes?
No, you got all of them. Those are all the votes.
All right. I mean, Scotty has won the round. We are moving on to a free-for-all round. Free-for-all round. Monica, you get to go first, so you can be positive about your own choice, negative about Scotty's choice. Just be entertaining or a roast attack upon Scotty.
Okay. The Doc Brown helmet, really the coolest. Most helmets have one light, and this one has several, so you can use it for biking and read people's minds, which will usually be "fuck you for biking."
All right, Monica's free-for-all round is done. We now go to Scotty. Scotty, it is your free-for-all round. Positive, negative, just be entertaining. Attack upon your opponent, non-physical or just I said just be entertaining. I don't know why I'm repeating myself.
I like that you remind me multiple times, like I have to be nudged that way, like a cow in the slaughter. Like, be entertaining. Again, be entertaining. Here's the thing. I don't really want to be too negative about Back to the Future because that's not going to win me any friends or any elections anytime soon. So I would like to talk a little bit more about the Rocketeer's helmet because, Monica pointed out that it looked like Jason Voorhees' mask. Very different. A goalie mask and the Rocketeers are very, very different. And you correctly pointed out gold, the color of money. The Rocketeer's helmet is nothing but money because it's so damn cool. Plus, it's pretty phallic looking. So it makes him look like a giant phallic symbol, which just attracts partners for him like there's no tomorrow. It's a magnet for
A vote. The hashtags are up. You can get your votes in. There we are. Does anyone remember who the artist was on the Rocketeer comic book that came out?
Search engines probably do.
I know, but I've got my fingers on too many other buttons at this point in time.
Oh no, I know. That's why I'm typing it. Created by writer-artist Dave Stevens.
Dave Stevens, that's exactly right. Okay, Scotty, but also facts aren't jokes.
What were the facts?
It's sort of opinions at that point. We've got also. I think sorry. Erica and I are trying to do things at the same time. All right, Scotty, for all. Scotty F for A. Scotty F for A. And I'm married to Scotty, and I'm voting Erica, which is weird because
go right ahead. Obviously, the cheap wine has been opened.
Don't worry, my girlfriend voted against me twice as well.
I was going to say, Scotty, do you have kids? Was this just one of the classic?
No.
All right,
thankfully,
sorry.
I paid a doctor to prevent that from happening.
All right, didn't mean to. I realize that that's a loaded question for some people, but as a person who grew up with siblings, I just got used to my parents constantly calling me by my siblings' names. For pretty much half my life, my dad just called me a mashup of my name and my sister's name, and I just knew that he meant me. And yes, my parents did choose my name.
I would threaten my wife by saying, like, I'm not going to go and get you a bag at Coach, but because everything's closed because of COVID, I can't use that threat now. So I'm out of ammunition.
I believe we're calling that round for Scotty. That means Scotty has won that section to face off against the Slaw, Scott Andrew Carter. So Scott Andrew Carter gets to go first on the positive round. Slaw.
Well, first of all, I feel like saying shame on all of us for none of us choosing Dark Helmet as by far the best sci-fi helmet. But that said, we got to face the facts here that Rick Moranis can just straight up wear a helmet. I mean, he's Dark Helmet in Ghostbusters. He wears a helmet. It's like a colander with transistors. In Honey, I Shrunk and Blew Up the Kid, and also Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. He wears a helmet. Strange Brew, he wears 3 different helmets. Flintstones, Little Giants, Big Bully, all wears helmets. All of them. Let's just face it. This guy receives great helmet.
Scotty Mars, it is now time for your positive round.
Are you sure I can't start with the negative?
Positive. I'm positive that you can't start with the negative. So positive about the Rocketeer. Don't tell me you've run out of positive for.
I have not. It's just I have a lot I want to say about that argument. So the thing with the Rocketeer being the coolest sci-fi helmet is it stood the test of time. They had one movie. That's it. One. And people still talk about the Rocketeer. It's become a cult classic, and not because of the acting. If you've seen that film, oh dear God, the acting is terrible. And it's not because of the action sequences. They're long and drawn out and probably not that good. Why is the Rocketeer a cult classic? Why are people on the internet in 2020 clamoring for a sequel to the Rocketeer? It's because of the helmet.
There we are. And because of the helmets, you should vote. The hashtags are up. Hashtag SlawP or hashtag Scotty P for a positive round. We need to mention the fact that Monica has been sitting in traffic for the entire evening and not wearing a helmet. So she's phasing in and out. Okay. I had no idea that she is the new Kitty Pryde now that Ellen Page has moved on to the Umbrella Academy. So we
We're the
have
same height, so you know.
all right, we've got a vote for Slaw from Scotty's wife. And Slaw just mentioned my fan submission, Dark Helmet. Yeah, Slaw, Scotty. Okay, at this point, I'm seeing more Slaw than Scotty. Erica.
Yep, that's how it looks to me as well. And yeah, it looks like there are no other votes on Facebook right now. So Facebook, what's up with that?
All right, so that is gone to Scotty. So we are now going to move on to the.
I know that has
negative
gone
round.
to Slaw.
You
but-
can consider me a Scotty as
True.
well.
Yeah,
True.
but Scotty is about to go first on the negative round. That's why I would be saying his name. Scotty,
Oh.
we are
Sorry,
on to
shouldn't
the
have mentioned
negative. It's quite okay. I probably made a mistake because I'm not drinking enough. This is Scotty Mars negative round. You get to be negative now. All that negative that you had built up, all that stuff that you had queued to go. Now it's time to go. If I could only just stop talking just long enough for you to start. I don't know, but we could get this, started at some point. Scotty Mars.
First off, I noticed behind Slaw his washer and dryer. I think the laundry's done. I want to thank him for taking time out from doing his housework to help us. But now, Paul, you may be able to help me with this. I would like to know. The question was best sci-fi helmet or coolest sci-fi helmet, not coolest person to wear helmets in movies. Because Rick Moranis, over the course of his career, has worn a shit ton of helmets, doesn't make the helmet he wore in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids the coolest sci-fi helmet. In a way, it kind of says to me, Rick Moranis is some sort of insurance liability on sets. They keep putting this poor guy in helmets. He obviously cannot take care of himself, falls down a lot, and has maybe some equilibrium issues that he needs to get looked after. So I kind of feel for Rick Moranis now. And, I love the guy. Wish him all the best. Hope he doesn't have any more brain injuries. But just because he's worn a lot of helmets doesn't make any of them the coolest. None of them can control how you fly.
There we are. Now for his negative round, it is Slaw, Scott Andrew Carter.
Okay, say you've got the Rocketeer's helmet, and for some reason, I don't know, a neighbor hits a baseball through your window, and they wind up going to get it and get shrunk in the process, and then all of a sudden, you've got to go find these shrunken children with only your Rocketeer's helmet. How the hell are you going to find these kids by whipping around at the speed of sound, all like willy-nilly through the yard, when just all you need is a helmet with a magnifying glass? It just makes no sense to me.
Hashtags are up. You can vote. Get your votes in for hashtag Scotty N or hashtag Slaw N. Get the votes up and in. For this point in time, we are at the Rocketeer versus Rick Moranis with the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids helmet. There we are. Rick Moranis. By the way, I met a man in Montreal. He still lives in I think in the greater Montreal area, who was a stuntman on Strange Brew. And he told me the story about how they actually did in Strange Brew. They wanted to do driving the van into the lake, which I think was Hamilton that it was being filmed in. And he told me a great story, but then he followed it up by saying, so yeah, I got to do the first van jump in Canadian cinema history. because cocaine was cheap.
Okay.
That was the bonus. He mentioned that he had been clean for many years, but Dave is a fantastic stuntman with a huge career. He has I think I first met him on Assassin's Creed Lineage. No, Assassin's Creed 2, doing some of the cutscene stuff. But the man's nose had been broken so many times just because he was willing to take risks. So the votes are coming in. And that is looking very Scotty.
Yep.
So Scotty has got a point. We have tied this up. We are going to a free-for-all round. And free-for-all, that means Scott Andrew Carter, a.k.a. the Slaw Man, is going first.
Listen, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm a huge sucker for magnifying glasses. I don't know where to find one. I don't know who really even uses one. But for some reason, I feel the sexiest character in all history was the Great Mouse Detective, and that's literally the only person I know who uses a magnifying glass.
Scotty Mars, it is now time for your free-for-all round. Positive, negative, just be entertaining, or roast attack upon your opponent.
Someone go to a novelty store and buy him a magnifying glass and make his dreams come true, please. They're probably about $5. They're not very expensive, and you're not going to like what you see. But I also, another point I wanted to make about the helmet in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, or Honey, I Enlarged the Kids, or Honey, I Discolored the Children, or these people are terrible parents. That's why they need that helmet. They can't control their children in any way, shape, or form. There's no, without the helmet, those kids are running around a mall pantsless, covered in fecal matter, and asking for fries in the food court. It's ridiculous.
Vote. Get your votes in. Sean Griffin is pretty sure that Slaw has set a lot of ants on fire.
They're actually aunts.
Let's get your votes in. Looking for a winner in this battle, Slaw, F4A. Somebody wants to have a phone conversation with her husband a little early tonight. Oh, you got to vote for Scotty. And waiting for the votes to come in. How is it looking on Facebook, Erica? Is anyone using the hashtags?
They're still not. I don't know what's going on with that. So anyways, if you're watching on Facebook, let us know if you're still having trouble. If you're watching on any platform, send in your votes. And if there's another helmet that you think is cooler than all of the helmets that we like, let us know.
Definitely, because this is the final round. We are going to be determining this here. I thought we could do a free-for-all, but we're not going to go for a free-for-all.
This is a free-for-all.
Bonus round. This is a free-for-all. So I'm seeing Slaw. I'm seeing Scotty. I'm seeing Slaw. I'm seeing Scotty. This is looking like a tie coming. I see Slaw.
So yeah, right now it's a 1-vote lead for Slaw.
For Slaw. We got 2 thumbs up and 1 vote lead. And fun fact, Max von Sydow wore the same fake teeth in Strange Brew and The Exorcist.
I hope he cleaned them in between.
Yes,
He probably wore the same ones in Rogue One as well.
I like the fact that I think that was more just fact and not fun. But I think we're calling that for Slaw. There we go. The winner of that round is Scott Andrew Carter.
Yay! Oh, let me take down the vote banners now.
This one of the things that wasn't mentioned in all the Rocketeer talk was the fact that I can't remember who played her in the movie, but Betty Page was actually a character in the comic book. So historical figure Betty Page was represented, and she dated the Rocketeer, which is pretty damn cool.
I did a whole thing. I went back and watched The Rocketeer and did a whole thing on one of my episodes of my podcast, kind of ripping why it was bad. And part of it was because of real historical people. It took you out of the fantasy.
All right. Let's. Oh, I don't know if this is going to be a topic for further BattleCom or not, but best representation of a historical figure in a fictional storyline might be a cool idea. And coolest helmet, the Witch King helmet from Lord of the Rings. That was a pretty gnarly helmet, though I can't imagine getting it on easily without stabbing your fingers.
That's more fantasy than sci-fi.
True. That's true. That's fantasy, not sci-fi. The question specifically said sci-fi. So there we go. And yeah, I'm surprised Rick Moranis actually has been dubbed the coolest of anything. Because I mean, like I learned. Well, I learned the word nebbish just because of Rick Moranis, because we needed a word to describe him. So there we go. At the end of that battle, no one is suggesting any other ones. Let's go on. We do not have a bonus question because they haven't been getting a good response from people, I didn't think. Maybe I don't need to discuss how I think about producing the show, but
it's okay, Paul. We know that this is the Paul show. You can keep talking.
If anyone is missing the bonus question that we do at the end where everybody gets a chance to go, please let me know so I can reinstitute it, bring it back. I don't know why I just kind of like face huggered my face with my hand to say bringing it back. And we
don't know either, Paul.
Yeah, we don't know either. So at this point in time, it's time for the end show. We want to thank Evan C. Abrams for the wonderful little motion art that you're seeing on some of the slides. We want to also thank Tina Spirals. It's at Tina Spirals on Twitter. She is modeled and she has been our gracious t-shirt model for the Facebook fan page. Some of the classic t-shirts, which you can also find on Teespring, which you can also access from that Linktree account. We want to thank Erica Taddeo, who's a stage manager and performer at Erica_MTL on Instagram. Please definitely give her a follow. And talking about following, you don't want /McDeadly following you in real life, but you can follow him on Twitter. Because anyone named /McDeadly just becomes a little bit nervous. Scotty Mars is at Scotty Mars Show on Instagram. Scotty, how often do you put episodes out?
Once a week. Usually they'll be out there like first thing Thursday morning. I record them Wednesday night. And so once a week you can get an episode of the Scotty Mars Show podcast. Just Google that and enjoy.
And who's been some of your favorite guests that you've had on? Because you've had some names.
Yeah, you know what? Especially in the geeky kind of world, Ashley Eckstein was a blast to talk to. She does the voice of Ahsoka Tano as well as a ton of other voices in the Star Wars animated world. She was an absolute blast. Brent Smith from Shinedown's always great. There's some cool guests on there.
Definitely recommend checking it out. Scotty's also a big music guy, so a lot of music guests as well. Monica Hamburg does her show. Monica Hamburg Confined every second Friday at 6:30. So next week she will be live next week for that. You can catch that on YouTube, Monica Hamburg Confined, also on Facebook. And she's at monica.hamburg on Instagram. And we want to also say, you can want to follow us, don't you? So it's at BattleCOM TV on Twitter and Facebook. YouTube.com/kick-comedy, which seems to be a better place to watch this than Facebook. Twitch TV would probably be even better. We are Tag Amusements, so TAG Amusements. I'm Paul Ash Comedy on Instagram and Twitter. And at this point in time, it's time for the serious point, because I said points too many times. Black Lives Matter, just a reminder, it's been 148 days since Breonna Taylor's was shot in her own home, and no charges have been laid against those who shot her. We cannot let this be forgotten. We must make sure that something is done. So this has been BattleCOM. We're going to do a little after show on Twitch and YouTube. So we're going to be leaving Periscope and Facebook to go have a little bit of a talk, see how everything is, and maybe a little bit more geeking out. So if you're not over there watching us there already, I can't talk properly, apparently. You can come and join us there. So, yeah.
Let's go. Join us on YouTube and Twitch.
And we are now we are now only on YouTube and Twitch at this point in time. How's everybody's week been?
Interesting.
Interesting. You've gone to Seattle, which is a big trip, and you're going to be there for 3 months. So, whew.
I think that's the plan. It's we'll see how it goes, but yeah, it's interesting. It's a great city, and that, but it definitely, like, leaving Canada, where we're almost, at least in Halifax, almost back to normal life for the most part, like with the exceptions of masks and stuff, and then coming here where it's still a bit of a shit show is quite a change.
Denny Leger is saying thanks for the show. Thank you, Denny, for watching. I kind of want to point out that Nova Scotia is sort of, well, not quite, but it's almost been like Canada's New Zealand for the way they handled it. Maybe Newfoundland a little bit more, but that's just an isolation thing.
Speaking of isolation, it looks like Scott needs to leave us.
Yes, I do.
Oh, Scott.
Thank you very much for having me on. That was great. Also,
before Scott goes, we need a quick question from the four of you that we're battling. Who is available for next week to step in? So
I can
you
be.
guys will all vote.
We'll
do it with a 1, 2, 3, 4. Erica, is there anyone who's not available? First off.
No.
Okay, everybody is available. So you can hold up fingers. 1 is a finger for Erica. 2 is a finger for Slaw. 3 is a finger for Monica. And 4 is for Scotty Mars. So count of 3, hold up your fingers, and let's see who's coming back next week. 1, 2, 3. So Monica's fingers are disappearing. Okay. That is we get all right. So it's Erica and Scott. Erica, would you mind just being the stage director next week?
Actually, that sounds great. I would love to be just stage manager next week.
And that way, if we have any last minute emergencies, we still have you to go to. And so Scott, Andrew Carter, Slaw is a lot better than Sack. So
slightly. I could have taken my stepdad's last name, which is to hear, and being sad, which is even worse.
See, look, Erica's taking that to heart. She's already dabbing her eyes.
I cry a lot. Haven't you noticed?
All right. So returning next week, it's going to be Scott, Andrew Carter, and Erica. Thank you very much, Scott, for sticking through the show and doing such a wonderful job. Scott, Andrew Carter actually managed to win 2 of the battle rounds. The other battle round was gone to Scotty Mars, who now looks like he's a member of the Empire, just drifting into the shadow behind. That's welcome.
All right.
It was a pleasure, sir.
Bye. Thanks everybody. That you all were great. It was a fun show.
Thank you, Scott. You were awesome. Slaw. Yeah. I don't know what to call you anymore. All right, we are now into a 4-person window, which seems a bit more symmetrical. After this week's battle report, Scott was saying he'd mop the floor with the other battlers. Did that happen?
Did I say that?
Other Scott did.
Oh, other Scott. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you were on this week's battle report. Whoa. Did you already forget what you did on Tuesday? Ruh-roh.
Oh, yeah. Don't ask me.
I forgot what I did on Tuesday.
The battle report.
We got a good night, Scott. Oh, thank you. I forget a lot of things. I'm being very worried about my memory at this point in time. I think my memory is so bad I could almost become president of the United States. There is Did,
I mean,
did
you know
somebody's
what?
belly growl, or did somebody just go, "Oh no"?
No,
I'm not
I was
sure.
no, I was like, oh hey oh.
Oh, hey-o. All right.
Hey-o.
Wasn't sure. And for those of you, if you could give us a little bit of a technical rundown, did I have a lot of problems with my audio this week, or
Oh, you're
was
starting to sound a little
not
weird
as
now.
bad? That may have been just my voice doing its thing.
You were kind of in and out. It's better than last week, but you were kind of
Definitely.
yeah. It was definitely
Okay.
better than last week. So
All right. I did some stuff with my computer. I'm probably going to just try some more stuff as well. And
You
plug in
tried some
directly.
stuff with your computer? Paul, you don't need to tell us what you do in your personal
Yeah,
life.
bought it a drink, gave it some flowers.
it
So
also
get ready,
means
let
you
me-
weren't successful at the things you tried with your computer, which kind of is
Yeah.
disappointing.
Get ready for
worry.
the hard drive.
Yeah, I tried. Wasn't yeah.
Yeah,
I just
it's
tried,
like you
wasn't
got no game
successful.
with your computer. Okay, that's concerning.
I'm not too swift on this type of romancing, which is a quote from a movie I love that I already put that one up. See, my memory is that bad, but I haven't resorted to using my glasses, so everything has been looking gloriously blurry. And I sort of
Probably
wanted
better
to,
that way.
yeah, I wanted to admit this before Slaw had left. I've got 2 magnifying glasses.
2?
2?
I have 2. Yeah.
Oh God.
Ooh, what do you use them
inherit-
for?
Yeah.
Reading,
Okay.
like anything that requires fine print.
Well, gee, if your computer don't want you.
It seemed like a pretty obtainable life goal to get a magnifying glass.
I don't know.
That's what I love about Scott Carter, is that his goals are often
Wake up.
attainable.
Wake up and go to the mall.
Go
Mission
to the
accomplished.
dollar store.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too robot-y, but always understandable, but sometimes transmitting from the moon. So I imagine.
Well, if
there was a
anyone knows
nice
about the
leg.
moon,
Yeah, that's the NASA scientist who would be able to. No, it's more than a nice second leg to the moon. How much is the leg for a radio wave to the moon, Sean Griffin? If you can let us know, it would probably be a little bit helpful. I had a thought that I was going to mention earlier. Oh yeah, that's the idea. Having an attainable life goal. You don't want to attain it because then you have nothing else you want to do.
No. Just ask somebody like The Rock or something. You hit the goal, and then you make another one, and then you make another one.
I like that.
And you're never satisfied with your life because you've never achieved what you want to achieve.
I feel that way, but I haven't achieved anything I've wanted.
You know what? I'm the same way. I believe me, I'm not satisfied. I cry alone in a hotel room, and
But you know what? That is kind of an optimistic way to look at life. I'm completely blanking on who it was, but there was a Russian hockey player who, after Russia won the gold medal at the Sochi Olympics, said, "It was my dream to win an Olympic gold medal. Now I have no dream."
Russians.
I thought you were going to say it was my dream to win an Olympic gold medal so I would not be killed.
I mean, no comment.
I also I'd have to say that would have sounded better with a Russian accent. It was my dream to win an Olympic gold medal. Now I have no dream.
It's just
It's a
so
bad Russian
essentially Russian.
Very Russian. Man, is that, yeah, that's a real Russian
Yeah.
word.
That's
So there we go.
That sums up the Soviet bloc.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Scotty, if you haven't been to see it, Tim Rowcliffe is suggesting his favorite thing about Seattle is the Fremont Troll, which
I do not know what that is.
so it's basically just like this sort of statue tree thing of a troll. It's entertaining if you come across it, like if you know that you're going to see it. Slightly less entertaining if it's starting to get dark and you come across it by accident. Speaking from experience, how do I know that? I don't know.
I was gonna say, like, as I drive and I go under a lot of overpasses, I see people underneath them, and I thought those may be the Fremont.
That's the rainy weather.
Seattle is a great city, though. I've been twice, and there are some amazing restaurants. Literally, as soon as you said it, the first thing I thought of was I had this amazing Cajun brunch the first time I went. So I can send you the name of this really great Cajun restaurant that I went to.
Yes, please. I'm here for a while, so I have lots of time to try things. And I was here a few months ago, and so I've already done the first Starbucks thing.
Oh, yeah, I have a cup from there. I'm not going to go get it in the kitchen, even though the kitchen's 5 steps away. But
I didn't buy a cup or anything, but I was like, I don't need to go get because you got to wait. I'm sure even now with COVID, you have to wait in a line. It's very popular. People need to get something from the first Starbucks. So, and I was one of those suckers. And now I just go to regular old new Starbucks with the drive-through and all that kind of stuff.
Which is fine. There's like 1,000 of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They kind of taste the same.
Yeah. Literally, there was no magic. Like there was no like, here's your coffee from the very first Starbucks included with unicorn dust. There was none of that. It was just, here you go, thanks, see you later. It was like any other Starbucks. So I was like, except smaller.
Yeah, I know. I was expecting it to obviously the decor is kind of different, but like I walked in and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna order the same thing I get at Starbucks every time I go in every city in the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to cut the line not in purpose. I just didn't realize people were lined up to go into a Starbucks. So I started to walk in and like this girl, like they basically have like a bouncer. And she stopped me and she was like, are you here for coffee or for merch? Because if you're there for merchandise, you can just go in and grab it. But if you want coffee, you have to get in the line. And I was like, well, I would like a coffee and then maybe get merch. And she was like, back in the line. And I was like, Jesus. All right.
And the worst thing is that I feel like 2 or 3 doors down, there's like another coffee shop that's not a Starbucks that you could just as easily go to.
Yes.
Oh, they're littered there. There was a little German bakery that I went to get a cookie, and I got like a snickerdoodle, and it was like, oh, you want a snickerdoodle? Oh,
yes.
Like, oh,
I want to go there right now.
This is magical.
Oh. And Sean Griffin is recommending, if you like grilled cheese, he can give you the name of a fantastic joint for super millennial hip grilled cheese.
That sounds good. I do have a milk allergy though, so it might bind me up a little bit. But for good food, I'm willing to take a little pain.
It's also, I thought for a second he was suggesting throwing a millennial on the grill.
Listen, 2-hour drive and you go to Portland and you are in hipster ground zero.
Please don't grill me.
Fascist police. There's a different kind of grilling happening in Portland or black sites nearby. So
yeah, I mean, there was I can tell you this. I mean, I don't know if anybody wants to hear it, but I can tell you a story about a bar in Portland that I met. I think like the gizmo of hipsters, where like if he gets wet, every other hipster pops off him because he was that hipster.
Oh my god!
And just brutal. Like I say, if you want the story, I can tell it, but if not, I'll be quiet.
Yeah, give the story. When Monica comes back, I wanted to actually ask her about some of the guests that she's had on Confined. I just got to remember to do that, so I'm trying to use
I can remind you.
Thank you. So what's the story about this hipster?
So I'm in this place. It's called the Douglas Fir, and it's a restaurant that was built in like the 1960s or something like that. All wood decor inside. So I'm sitting at the bar. I order a hamburger. Guy brings me a burger, drops it in front of me, and there's no side. First off, so I had to ask for a side of fries or salad or something. And this guy walks in, and like if you drew a hipster, like if you sat down and etched one out, you did not hipster him enough as this guy. Sat next to me at the bar and ordered a Pabst Blue Ribbon because that's what the hipsters drink now. They're off the beer because normal people drink that now. So the hipsters are on Pabst Blue Ribbon because they like to drink swill. And he gets it and he cracks it and he sits it back and he leans back. And he goes to the bartender and goes, who did the interior decor in here? And the bartender goes, like nobody. This is original. Oh, when was it built? The bartender, it was like in the 60s or whatever. Takes another sip. He leans back and he goes, so you're telling me this place was cool before it was cool? And I just kind of looked at him like, dear God, how do we live on the same planet? Like, how? That was my experience with Portland.
No, that was somebody cosplaying as a hipster. I refuse to believe a real person.
And I just want to point out, talking about experience, the grilled cheese experience is the name of the place. And they also have vegan options. So that would be lactose free. Monica, with Confined, you've had a number of very cool guests on. Who do you have coming up?
I have Charlie McMullin. Sorry, he is now in LA, but I met him when he lived in Memphis, and he is super funny and dry, and that'll be really fun on Friday.
Very cool. And any without, I was going to ask you who was your favorite guest, but I don't want to make you do that. Who are some of the amazing guests that you've had? If you wanted to mention one or two.
I've had a lot of really cool people. I've had DJ Buckley from Nashville. He's so lovely. Veronica Antipolo from Toronto. Mike Sains from Washington. Who else? Satyam Nayak from Nashville. And there's been a bunch, but also I want to mention Dan Brian Rosen from Toronto because he's also very lovely. Yeah, lots of good people. Very funny. Very willing to look at the perversity that I show them. and not just disintegrate, which is nice.
It combines a number of Monica's live stage shows, which include Pornomedy, and Confined was another stage show. There's a third point.
Right, there's Craig's Lost, there's Pornomedy. And then I've showed some of those things in other shows that I've done too. So like those elements. So yeah, lots of weird stuff from all over the internet.
Or not, it's hard to finish when you're laughing.
Yeah, that's what I've discovered. It's very challenging to want to get off and never be able to complete that. So.
Yeah. It's really hard to even get into it if you're a guy and the laughing starts as soon as your pants come down. That's.
Yeah,
you're just like,
we've been there. We've all been there,
Here's the tweezers.
When I first started doing comedy, there was a 60-year-old woman who described as the best album to be intimate with her husband was Cheech and Chong. I can't remember which Cheech and Chong one, mainly because the muscle contractions that came with the deep laughter. So it might be easier to finish if your partner is laughing.
I don't get it. The two don't work for me together at all.
No, if somebody started laughing,
shame any tickle fetish people.
There's no, and to each his own. But yeah, I can't I'm like Scotty. I can't combine those two. They don't make sense to me at all.
No, I would also get way too into the comedy album. I'd start to I love this joke.
I think I'd start comparing myself. I'd be like, I wish I was as good as this person. I'm not. Well, now I'm getting older. It would just be this existential journey. Then I wouldn't be able to focus on the sex at all.
Yeah, that or get into a comedy kind of almost listen to how he crafts this joke.
No. Just pull out for a second and focus on it.
We can stop for a couple seconds. It'll be fine. Just I
need my notepad. Hold on.
You gotta listen to the punchline here. It's perfect.
The worst.
I'm just taking a second to look something up because of what we were. Why am I not seeing that? I'll just have to click see full cast. I thought he was a bit more of an important character than that, and I need to put on my glasses because I can't reach my magnifying glass. It's kind of weird. I'm hearing myself come in as well. There it is. Luke Kirby. What do you guys think of Luke Kirby? Because this was the first thing I thought of about real people being presented in fictional stories. Luke Kirby plays Lenny Bruce in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And I don't know, have any of you seen?
I don't have Amazon Prime. If someone wants to give me their password, let me know.
My wife got into that show. I tried to. I couldn't get into it.
Okay.
I don't know, something about it. I think it was I found the lead character. I found her on stage was too. I was in my mind, I was she would never be a successful stand-up because she's too very set up punch, very predictable punches. And I know it's back in a different era, but I was just like, I don't know.
There is I'm trying to think the name of the comedian who's on the writing staff there. Kershawn. Do you remember anyone else remember her name? She's hilarious. She did Last Comic Standing, but she's
Jen
very
Kirkman.
New York.
Oh, I love her.
The name, do you have it?
Jen Kirkman?
Jen Kirkman.
Is that who you're thinking of? She's great.
She writes a lot of the stand-up for that, but again, it's like writing for another person's voice and in another time. And you've got there's a great cast in there with like Tony Shalhoub playing the father of it's just all the supporting characters as well. Some people complain about Alex Borstein, but I think she's fabulous in the show.
I thought she was great. Like what I saw of her, I thought she was great. It's one of those shows, like I can't say it's bad because I don't think it's bad. I just think it was like for me.
Yeah. I have to say that Kirby's interpretation of Lenny Bruce was amazing. I can't wait to see any further seasons. I don't know if there's going to be some further seasons, but it's been pretty great. I don't know how they're going to handle Lenny Bruce's death when it comes around. That's not a spoiler, it's history.
I guess spoiler alert everything, man. I didn't know he was dead. I was hoping to catch him live. Come on.
Come on, Paul.
Well, I won't tell you how it went with his freedom of speech battle with the Supreme Court of the United States of America, which happened in the late 1950s. But actually, you know what? He took it to the Supreme Court of the United States in the late 50s. It might have been in the early 60s, but I think it was the late 50s. Do you know when it happened in Canada? When the same freedom of speech thing actually came to the Canadian Supreme Court of Canada about performers using cuss words on stage? And
I'm just going to guess theirs happened in November, and then ours was in October. Or is that Thanksgiving?
Ours didn't actually happen. That was probably Thanksgiving. Ours
okay.
Until 1979.
Wow. I was going to guess 1980, so Price is Right rules I'm still wrong.
Without going over. And the act was McLean and McLean, so two boys from Pictou, Nova Scotia, who sing such songs as "Fuck Ya," which is "Fuck Ya, Fuck Ya," F-U-C-K-Y-A, hey, 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 hey. So they paved the way for Canadians to be able to performers to perform what could be considered obscene by other people.
So basically my entire stand-up set.
Yeah, I was thinking, thank goodness for them. They really helped.
Yeah.
They basically I believe Blair has passed now out of the two brothers. And they got into some strange stuff. One of them started doing what they call grain paintings. And there's a couple embassies in Canada that have his artwork. And it's you take grain and you like grains of wheat, and you take the
grains. I thought you said brains, and I was very confused for a second.
I thought brains too, and I was like, wheat or like what?
Yeah. You can find the different color wheat grains, and then you do a collage, and so he would actually make paintings and pictures from that, and then seal it up. And these things are hanging in different Canadian embassies and museums. So
cool.
The more you know.
The more you know.
We need to put a heritage moment thing around this screen right now.
I don't know if we can afford the copyright. Heritage Canada doesn't appreciate stand-up comedians. So please remember to question any politician. There's so much to question politicians about, but to ask them to recognize stand-up comedy as an art form. Scotty is right, though. The jokes are a tad predictable. That's one of the things when you're looking at comedy from a previous time. at that time they could have been groundbreaking, and that's kind of what they're probably trying to show in that show. That if it is, I think it's the format that she's using, because she's being very confessional in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She's being very confessional in her speech pattern, which at that time was groundbreaking. That was, even Lenny Bruce wasn't quite fully there yet. And yeah, it I think not even Dick Gregory. I think I would actually go with Pryor was the one that be fully on like my bad confessional when it comes to the evolution of comedy. But I completely changed subjects in the middle of a sentence, and I have no idea if anyone is following me. But it's probably time to say goodnight. But I just love hanging out with you people. I just called you people, which is probably could get me canceled.
Listen, Don Cherry.
Yeah, I just get Don Cherry. I just realized that we've been online for 2.5 hours. It has not felt like it. It was. I want to thank you all for like an amazing show. For those of you who are still sticking around watching us, like thank you. Why? Yeah, just sorry, got to do it in sign language because obviously if you're watching me on the internet, you probably can't hear me properly. There it is.
Thank you so much. This was really fun.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
thanks.
you, Paul. Thank you, viewers.
Yeah.
Erica, Monica, Scotty, and gone but not forgotten, Slaw. I want to thank you all for participating. This has been BattleCOM. We will be back next Friday. I should probably do a poll to find out what night, because when comedy starts coming back, I'd like to continue the live show to find out when would be good for viewers to actually watch the show live in the future post-COVID times, or at least in the reopening times. So thank you very much, Sean Griffin, Tim Ratcliffe, who has actually gone to bed already, everybody that's stuck around watching. We love you all.
It was the closed of times. It was the reopening.
Good night.